Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along. Hope you're well. This is it. We're good to go again. Welcome back to Fournilwrittenalloverit. A very warm welcome along to everyone who's joining us in the chat. A very good afternoon to Mr. Adam Poirier, who, I tell you what, let's say hello to him now. Here he is, the man himself.
Surprise.
How's the microphone?
It's all right. I can hear yours quite well. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's all good.
But we've been having issues again, mate, in the last couple of hours, so it's not good at all. Right, mate, I think we're just going to get straight into it. We'll say hello to everyone in a second, but the big news is this. Now, if you sort of sway across to the side a little bit there, other way, mate, other way. You'll be able to see there, Hajid Manoga in for what I presume to be the injured Callum Johnson, that's the name. Sean Raggett, Rasmus Nikolaisen and Lee Brown, and then you've got your midfield four there, Marcus Harness, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon, and Adam called it, Harvey White is in the starting 11 for the second consecutive game alongside Ellis Harrison and Ronan Curtis. No John Marquis anywhere to be seen, mate, and also a start for Hajid Manoga at left back.
That is interesting, isn't it? I wonder where Callum Johnson is, because he has been playing very well for us, and especially that assist he did to Harvey White. There must be something more, maybe a rest game or an injury, if worst case scenario. But in my head, I'm thinking a rest game because I think he does deserve it.
Yeah, I think it must be. Well, let's really say hello to people as they're joining us, shall we? Good afternoon to Ollie Clark. He's got his jammy dodgers ready. We've actually gone above and beyond. I'm not expecting Adam to have any, but we've got a jumbo pack on the go, ladies and gents.
Ooh.
Which is going to be consumed mainly by Andrew this afternoon. Hello. Go on.
Bringing out the big guns.
We are bringing out the big guns, absolutely. Harry's going for a 4-0 Pompey win. We love to see that. And we've just mentioned there Gavin Manoga in. Johnson, of course, he must be injured. Ladies and gents, let us know how you're feeling about this one this afternoon. Alex has gone for, he hasn't gone for anything yet. It's just a good afternoon. Good afternoon straight back to Alex. Welcome along to the stream, mate. Hope you're doing really well. Mate, I know you're a very busy man. You didn't know I was going to say this, but a massive congratulations on the new job. Massive congratulations. I'm really excited for you. If you want to, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing over the next however long it's going to be.
Well, I mean, it's a 6-month position with the option to maybe get it promoted, but I'm just going to be sort of basically in advertising and marketing. So who knows? I'm trying to think of creative and clever ways to come up with different new campaigns. So who knows? That's what I went to university for. So at least I'm using my degree.
Excellent. Yeah. Very good, mate.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. We're all really pleased for you. Let's move on to the football then this afternoon. Pompey have failed to beat Gillingham in 3 previous attempts at Fratton Park. I think the last time we beat them in the league was back when I was about 2 years old in 2003. So it's not good, is it? Tell us how you're feeling before this one this afternoon.
I mean, after last game, our strikers just weren't really doing much. To be honest, I don't know. I don't really know what could happen. This could be a big turning point for us. We could go over. We could absolutely trounce them 3-0, 2-0. Or it could be one of those games where it's a draw. We don't have much happen. Our strikers aren't doing anything again. And we have to rely on those midfielders, the Cannons, the Naylors, the Harvey Whites, the Byers, in that case. I am quite worried to an extent, but, I'm quietly confident as well, to be honest.
Good. I think quietly confident is the phrase to use, because it was really good to get back into the winning feel on Tuesday, wasn't it? What did you make of that game, and how confident are you that we can take some of what we showed on Tuesday night into today?
There's a lot of promise in that game. A lot of promise from a lot of players. Definitely Harvey White stood out to me. But our defense was good towards the end, and Craig definitely saved us. So he's going to be full of confidence, and I think a lot of players will be buzzing to get out there and actually get a roll of wins going. Yeah,
absolutely. And for you, Adam, is this the chance now to get that run of wins going? Do you reckon this has got to be the start of something special, isn't it?
I really think if we don't win here, then we might actually really struggle getting a nice run of wins. I think we just need a good win today. Otherwise, it's going to look really difficult for us later on.
Nice one. Have you booked for Leeds or Reading or anything?
I did have a look, to be honest. I did have a look. Just the lineups weren't actually screaming to me, to be honest.
Right. Okay. Not a DeBaby fan.
Unfortunately, not.
No,
Tom. No.
Not me neither. Well, that is. I know you're a busy man, mate. That's all. We'll leave it for now. We're gonna take a look at the Gillingham game. I would love to say goodbye to you in private, mate, but we're live on YouTube, so it will be a straight into the next little segment of the show. Thank you for coming on, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and best of luck on Monday. You're gonna absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Speak to you soon.
Cheers, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure.
On a Tuesday night,
Welcome everyone back to Fournilwrittenalloverit.
we travelled to the Rico to extend the unbeaten run. Andrew wanted to send someone to Coventry.
We're not sending you to Coventry, we're just going to Coventry.
We reminisced.
And the northern end of St Mary's is a wash of blue colour.
And the northern end of St Mary's explodes in blue colour.
We swayed from side to side. And Caroline was quite bored.
I was quite bored for quite a lot of the first half. But the last 3 minutes were great.
Andrew looked in a bag and struggled to eat a sandwich.
That's ideal.
Long journey. We will see you on Saturday for the Gillingham game, where we'll be back at home Fratton Park, continuing the unbeaten run for Pompey. But for now, keep the faith, play out Pompey, and play out Pompey.
Good morning, Andrew!
Yeah, good morning, Tom. What a beautiful, lovely day today.
It's not a
October,
lovely
look
day,
at
is it, mate? Once again,
October, look at it, Tom.
pouring down with rain.
Yeah,
What's
apparently
the date? 6th of October.
Yeah, but apparently the sun's out the rest of the week. It's just Saturday.
The sun is out, it's just under those, above those clouds,
It's
isn't
wet
it?
though, Tom. I think, given the weather conditions, Tom, I think we could win this 4-0.
It would be anyone's game this weekend, though, wouldn't it? Because
Well, it's going to be a bit...
could go either way, is what I'm saying.
Well, no, it won't go either way, Tom, at 4-0, but they've got a chance because it's wet and windy. Football won't be as good, will it?
That's true.
In terms of
We're prepared for an ugly win today, I would have
an
thought.
ugly win, mate.
Yeah.
A bit like Coventry away last week.
A little bit, yeah. We've just seen a couple of minutes of that from last week, but just quickly, what a great night that was.
Yeah, good night considering we played good football in the first half, and they were probably a lot better than us in the second half, but they didn't have any penetration, did they? Played a lot of good football, a lot of passing ball, movements. They moved around quite a bit, didn't they?
That's
But
true.
hats off to Coventry, I think they played quite well, Tom, second half.
They will do well this season, I think. On to Gillingham today then, mate.
We beat them 4-0 earlier this season in the cup, didn't we?
Yeah, it was in a cup game, wasn't it?
So I think I fancy it's another 4-0, mate.
Another 4-0.
Two in a row.
That'd be alright, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like twins. So let's get to the Toby.
And let's get some music on, shall we?
Let's get some music on. Let's get to the Toby, Tom.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Toby Carvery Hillsey Portsmouth ahead of today's game, Pompey versus Gillingham. We're going to head over to Andrew for Team of the Week in just a moment, but before we do start, I'm going to give a massive shout out to Lawrence, who's over from Australia for this weekend's game against Gillingham. He watches all the segments on the show, and some of his friends and family have asked if we can give him a massive hello and a big shout out on today's show. So hello to Lawrence, thanks for coming over, and thanks for your continued support on the show. Also, a little quick Team of the Week from me is Gerrard's Cross and Fulmer under 16s. They won 4-0 away against Risborough Rangers the other week, so that's a great result for them.
Tom, Tyrrell sent this Team of the Week in, mate. He wants to nominate Hereford United. They were actually 3-0 down at Truro, who play at Torquay United's ground in Devon, oddly enough, because Truro sold their ground to Lidl and therefore haven't gotten somewhere to play, so they're now playing at Plainmoor, which is Torquay United's ground. They were 3-0 down, came back to 3-3, and in extra time they won it 4-3.
What a result that is.
What a game that is, eh? Even for a small game like that, it must be quite exciting for someone who might have turned up to watch it. I don't suppose there's that many, but it would be actually Tyrrell. Text in and let us know how many people were there, mate.
In the nicest possible way, I know you've seen Pompey for a number of years.
One or two, mate.
You're probably one of the best people to ask this question to.
Yeah, go on.
Is there a Pompey team that you've seen so much passion and character and drive in to win these games more in recent years, in recent decades?
Not in recent years, but I would probably go back to the Paul Merson days. Right, what I'd say to you, Tom, is other than this team we've got today, I don't think there's any passion. As Ronan Curtis shows the passion that we expect to see from our team. He's in there, he loves it, he's always goading the fans and enjoying himself.
Peterborough the other weekend, you would have seen we were clapping along, and then Ronan Curtis comes up for the corner and he's giving it all that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
Raising spirits of the fans.
Yeah, I think there's a great team effort, Tom, team atmosphere, and I think the other than 10 years ago when we had Paul Merson leading the side and Teddy Sheringham, Tom, those sort of players, then today's team probably not emulates that, but I think there's a lot of togetherness and bonding and camaraderie in this side.
It's great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's going to help us, Tom. It helps everyone, doesn't it? Positive attitude.
Today, absolutely. 4-0.
Positive attitude to it, Tom. Okay, Tom, let's get to Fratton Park.
Half-time here at Fratton Park then, mate. It hasn't quite gone to plan. It's Pompey
yet,
0,
Tom.
Gillingham 2.
Yeah.
What's gone wrong there?
Well, it's wet and windy, Tom. It's terrible conditions for both sides, isn't it? It's slippery. They've had 2 chances at goal, mate. Scored from both of them, haven't they? They've taken 2 good chances.
First goal was unstoppable, wasn't it?
Yeah, and what worries me, we haven't put too much pressure on their goal, Tom. We've put a lot of pressure on it, but no one's striking the ball. Their keeper hasn't made a save yet, has he?
Nice to be back.
Nice to have you back.
Oh, cheers, mate. I'm only here for one game and I'm off again.
Nice one. What's gone wrong there?
I don't know really, I just think we're not clinical around the box. We look good in the build-up play, a few sloppy passes around the D, and we're not getting their 2 chances they've had. And they're both brilliant goals, so you can't really moan about that.
No, a bit too cautious, Tom, I think. Everyone's jumping out of tackles and stuff, Tom. We've got to fight to win this game, mate. But still, I think we can get through. I think we can get forward the second half, beat 4-2. Yeah, it is going to happen, mate. You watch, second half, playing towards the Fratton end, the weather conditions, they're tired now, Gillingham. We're fitter than them. And to be fair, mate, literally, they've been lucky with 2 strikes on goal, haven't they?
I think the way they played in the first half, if they carry on going, they've got to create more in the final third. But I think it'll be a hard push to come back from 2-0 down at half time, I won't lie. But
I think it's a dead certain we'll come back, and I think we'll pip it at the last. That's Pompey, isn't it? If you want to get some really smart merchandise from Fournilwrittenalloverit, why don't you visit www.fournilwrittenalloverit.online.
hey, he's got it, my son. He's got it.
I practiced that all week.
2 years you've been trying to get that.
Right, there you go. It did finish. Pompey 0, Gillingham 2, which is not an accurate reflection of the game itself, especially in the second half, mate. What do you make of it?
Tom, they had 2 good chances and took them well, didn't they? If you look at the stats, Tom, I think we had, 60% possession?
60, yeah.
60% possession second half. How many shots, Tom?
18 shots, 6 on target to their 8 shots and 6 on target.
So we're all over them like a rash, wouldn't we? How many corners do we have, Tom? I don't know.
I haven't checked that, but probably quite a few.
Quite a lot.
And I just fell down a gap.
Anyway, Tom, we're not bad losers. I think the signs there.
I think the changes definitely changed it.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Well, that's what they're meant to do, isn't it?
We still looked top of the league side, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we can.
What?
I don't think we embarrassed ourselves either, did we? So
no, we lost at home, but we've had to lose at some point. That's still that monkey off our back, isn't it?
Still top of the league, isn't it?
Top of the league, mate. Peterborough lost at home with other teams as well, so
yeah. The future is bright. Let's just keep going, go home, rebuild, come back next week, fighting stronger, stay top of the league, and we'll keep the faith as well.
And it leaves me to say, Tom, we've played a lot worse than that this season and won.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it, Tom. I think it was a great game. Enjoyed it immensely. I wasn't frustrated.
I don't think you enjoyed it immensely, mate. I don't think it.
Frustrated, Tom. I wasn't. I enjoyed it. I don't like it when we lose ugly, mate. We played really well, and I think we should. Gillingham knew they got away with that. So
yeah, rebuild. Back next week. Keep the faith. Play up Pompey.
Go south.
Well, that was the last time on Fournilwrittenalloverit that we played Gillingham. I believe we might have played them a couple of times since then, but that was a 2-0 loss at Fratton Park. That is an example, Richard, of the good afternoon, by the way. That is an example of the fact that we haven't beaten this team at Fratton Park since 2003 when I was about 2. So, and I now have facial hair. Richard, what is this afternoon looking like for you, and are you confident that we can get rid of this horrible run that's hanging over us with this team?
I hope so, mate. I say it seems that when you go to Gillingham as well, innit? They always have issues when they go there. So I think this today, I think very positive. There's a few things over the week, with Curtis being up front, and a couple of people asked me the question, "Oh, what do you think about him being up front?" And I said no, but I think I've sort of the more I looked into it, I think. It's positive. If he's in the front 2 today, I say, we've got some positivity there. He's a person. He is Pompey, isn't he? He is the one that wants to get the players going. I know he gets frustrated, but I think if he gets a good run today, I think he'll pretty much cement his place up front.
Absolutely. You've mentioned the strike force today. John Marquis obviously nowhere to be seen. He is on the bench. I think if we have a quick look, we'll just refresh everyone who might have just been joining us. But there is John Marquis on the bench there, and you've got, sorry, you can't see me. You've got the team. Haji Minogue's obviously in, which we'll discuss in a moment, Richard. But I was just going to say to you that Gillingham have one of the healthiest goal differences in the bottom half, and given that Pompey are struggling to score goals, especially those goals being drawn from their 2 strikers, do you think getting goals in the back of the net might be a problem for us today?
I think so. I think it seems to be a bit of a problem most weeks, isn't it, at the moment? But I say, Gillingham, when you look at their last few games, they've had a number of losses. Okay, they got a result against Bristol Rovers, which we couldn't. But I think we're probably looking at a 1 or a 2-0. If we get that chance. I say it's nice.
Us.
What's that, mate?
To us. Yeah,
to us, definitely. Yeah, it's. I'm tired of going the opposite direction, for the opposition. So I say it's sunny in Shropshire, so it's a 2-0 today for me, definitely.
Absolutely, it's a beautiful afternoon down here on the south coast as well. We've been blessed with some absolutely gorgeous sunshine over the last couple of days, and I've just realised that I haven't sent Alex the StreamYard link, so I'm going to need to send him that in a second. Richard, I just one more thing as well, mate. Pompey haven't drawn for 4 games. Gillingham haven't drawn in 5. Doesn't seem like a game that we're particularly going to take a point from. Today, we do have the opportunity to close that gap on Hull City, who have also played a couple games more than us. I'll ask you the same question. It's probably going to be the same answer, but this is another one, isn't it? That if we beat this team, it's another step, isn't it? We've got a bit of, I'd say, easier. Obviously, we've still got Ipswich, Peterborough and Sunderland to play. But other than that, I know, exactly. Other than that, the run is relatively nice and straightforward. Although we lost to Bristol Rovers and Blackpool, didn't we? So you can't really say with Pompey, can you?
I think every game at the moment is like a cup final, isn't it? We've got to watch God. We've got to make the effort when we get on the park and get the results that we need. I know is it Peterborough Plymouth is on today. So hopefully Plymouth will do us some favours. And slow their
Ipswich Doncaster as well.
Yeah, so it's hopefully. It's another weekend, isn't it, where there's games around us, which if they don't get the results, we can capitalise and actually start, that climb, to try and get into that second place, But who knows? But
absolutely. And just finally, Richard, anything to say on the fact that Haji Minogue's in for Minoga is in for the injured, I believe. No word on it. Callum Johnson. What's your take on that one?
I think it's quite good. It's just Watmore though. Watmore's on the bench again, isn't he? And is there something behind the scenes that no one knows about? Whether he's had a little niggle or what. But you'd have thought straight after coming, from after his suspension, he'd have been straight back in the team. But no, it's a bit of a strange one. But it gives the lad a good run out, doesn't it? Say see what he can do for 90 minutes. That's if they give him the 90 minutes. But one thing I forgot, mate. I've forgotten the Jammy Dodgers.
Oh, mate. Well, it's all right. We'll make up for that because I showed Adam this earlier. We've got a jumbo pack on the go. They're all good to go, mate. Are they normally raspberry flavour? Is that normally the
Always.
or are they not?
always.
Oh, they are. They are. I thought they were strawberry for some reason, but there we go. Richard, that is. Thank you very much indeed for that, mate. We will speak to you at half time and full
Yeah,
time. I've
definitely,
got
mate.
more confidence in saying this to you now, where hopefully we will be discussing a further 3 points on the board for Pompey. But let's wait and see.
Definitely, mate.
Cheers, mate. See you in a bit.
Mate.
Right, that was Richard. He's very kindly joined us. He's going to be back at half time. Before we get to Brendan, the man himself, let's have a look and see what is still to come for you after this afternoon's game here on Fournilwrittenalloverit over the next couple of weeks. It's a big run of games now. Doncaster Rovers this Tuesday night here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Join us from 6 o'clock. Then it's Northampton Town, back-to-back away journeys. Then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, live Tuesday the 9th of March with us here at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:45. So it's a lot of build-up for you. It's also available on Sky Sports Football, but the one place to watch it, Brendan, where is it? It's right here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Absolutely. Following that, we've got a trip off to Wembley, this place under the sunshine of glorious February afternoon. It's Portsmouth versus Salford live Saturday the 13th of March at 2 o'clock. That was also available on Sky Sports Football, but the only place again to watch it is with us here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Then after that, it's two crucial games in League One. Peterborough United away from home Tuesday the 16th of March from 6. Then it will be Portsmouth versus Ipswich Town. Join myself and Alex Griffin for live coverage from 1:45. Kickoff is at 3 o'clock. So again, another hour and a quarter of coverage, and that one's live with us until 5:30 here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Very much looking forward to that. Right, well, a very good afternoon to Brendan. Welcome along, mate. Hope you're doing really well. How do you see this one going, my son?
Well, the noise. Sorry, please excuse the noise in the background. The washing machine's going at the moment, so hopefully it's not too loud for you. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a good result today. Push on from Tuesday night. I say it's my girlfriend's birthday today, and her favourite player is Callum Johnson, so she's a bit upset he's not playing. But all for Haji getting his start, I'm very happy for that, and he's obviously one of our academy graduates, and it's always nice to see those boys getting into the side and showing their worth and showing and the manager and the club putting faith in our academy lads. And
it is a calf injury, apparently.
As we have in the past, in Close and Bass, Watmore,
Bass has gone, mate. Where's he? He's gone to Southend. What's happened there?
He's actually sold there, is he? Or is he just on loan?
No, it's an emergency loan, which I find a bit perplexing. But there we go.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Well, good luck to him. Obviously, he won't be stepping up. We've got, obviously, Lewis Ward is coming, isn't he? And obviously, Turnbull as and when. But good luck to Bass. I know he was out with an injury for a while, wasn't he? He had a break in his foot, I think he had. But yeah, I think today Pompey going to definitely get 3 points. I don't know about 4-0, but we'll come away with 3 points.
Hoping for a 4-0. Hoping. I mean,
yeah,
it's gone for a 2-0 goals from White and Curtis. Just on Charlie White, mate. Charlie White? Charlie White plays for Sunderland, didn't he? Yeah. Just that is one of the many tongue ties I will have this afternoon. I don't know why. It's just not working today, but there we go. Kenny Jackett's there again in attendance, just so everyone's aware. Harvey White, how big was that goal for him on Tuesday night, and how much confidence has he got going into this one?
Well, absolutely. That was huge for him, and I'm so happy for him because I saw his interview with the club afterwards the next day, and he was absolutely buzzing. You can see the adrenaline was still going through his body, and he was so happy about it. One thing I'm a bit disappointed about was that the club stuck his shirt on the memorabilia page for 150 quid. I was so let him keep his shirt for his first senior goal. He hadn't even scored for Tottenham. His first senior goal, and you take his shirt away from him. I don't know if it's like the Premiership where they get 2 shirts, one to swap and one to keep. But I don't think
he's the nicest kid when he just bows down to the fact that they're taking his shirt off him for just memorabilia purposes. I would have gone, nah, you're not having that. That's mine, boys. Sorry. Exactly,
yeah, because I saw it and I thought, because by the time I went on the website, I saw it was sold out already, and I thought to myself, God, if I had spare cash running around, I would have bought it and then given it to him. Because I thought the club ain't going to profit off of this. It's his shirt, he deserves it, But yeah, I'm chuffed a bit for it. And my cousin's a spud. He's a Yiddo, and I sent him the goal. I recorded it off the telly and sent him the goal. I said, "Oh, yeah, here's your boy," and he messaged me back, "You're welcome." And I thought, "Cheers, Tom. Thanks for that, mate."
Yay. Huge, mate. Huge. Just one more thing to put to you, Brendan, before we move on, and we're getting geared up for this one, which is Pompey versus Gillingham. If you're just joining us, boys and girls, we are live for the next couple of hours on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Form-wise, Brendan, Gillingham have lost 3 of their last 5. Pompey have lost two. See, there it's happened again. Lost 2. Well, hang on. Lost 2, drawn 1-2, and drawn 1. So, how do you feel about that? And, you know, I know we had a bit of a situation, didn't we, on Tuesday night, where it was actually 2 really out-of-form teams in the shape of Oxford and Pompey coming up against each other. How do you see this one going based on the form that the 2 teams have had in the last couple of weeks?
Well, with our last game was a win. What was their last match?
Oh, Brendan,
Sorry,
don't do that.
Come on.
You have.
Not Jeff Stelling, are you?
We'll find out. You can tell. Hang on a second. Their last game was against AFC Wimbledon, and they lost away from home. So,
well, I'll take it. They're away from home today. We're at home. We won our last game, so I think it's going to come home to Pompey. I think we're going to get the 3 points. Harrison,
we'll take that, and I believe we'll be joined by Big Mike come this afternoon as well later on.
Yeah, he should. He might be at half time, but definitely full time.
Wonderful, Brendan. We'll speak to you then, mate.
Take care, Tom. See you
Cheers,
soon.
mate. Well, just to have a look at the minute, where as it stands, Pompey are 4th in the league. Our away form, as you can see, is much better than our home form. We've scored plenty of goals from open play, couple of penalties in there as well. Alex, what do we need to do? Oh no, we're not going to UNET, mate. Someone's decided to put another overlay on there. The goals this season for either side, not going well, is it? Pompey averaging a lot more shots on target per match, and actually Gillingham are missing more big chances and scoring from them as well. Good afternoon, mate. Welcome along.
Afternoon, mate.
How are you feeling into this one?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel a bit of a strange feeling when we play Gillingham, because I always seem to feel like we don't do that well against them. But I know this season we've beaten them away, and we have done, you know, in other seasons as well. But I just always remember the couple of seasons ago I went to Fratton to watch it, and they just thumped us 2-0, and Tom Eaves scored that ridiculous goal where he flicked it over Matt Clark's head and volleyed it into the top corner. But yeah, Gills are a bit of a bogey team, I feel, but you've just said they've lost to Wimbledon last time out, so surely we've got to beat them.
Got to today, mate. Interestingly enough, I found this earlier on in the week, but the Gillingham boss, Steve Evans, has never won a league game against Pompey. So with his teams, when he's managed at Mansfield, Peterborough and Gillingham, he's never managed to beat us. So do you think he'll be trying on a personal level even more to beat us this afternoon? Or do you reckon we just got to crack on and try and get as many points as we possibly can?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to crack on, but yeah, if I'm him, I'm thinking every time you want to play Pompey, you just want to right that right. You want to right that wrong and go away with either at least a 3 points at some point. But I know it's a tough one, Gills, but because I know I looked at their form and they've away from home, they beat Aki, beat Charlton and drew to Sunderland. So, and then they lose to Wimbledon. So that just says everything about this league, really, doesn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Just one more thing as well. It wouldn't be much fun to be a Gillingham fan, would it? They're 13 points in the drop zone, 9 points in the playoffs. They're going to have a really mediocre season this year. You know, can a team like Gillingham come to Fratton Park and expect to get anything out of it right now? Obviously, we failed to beat them in 3 previous attempts, and the last time we did beat them here, as we've said, it's a fact that's haunting us, but it's a fact nonetheless, was 2003. I was about 2. Sure, we've got to find a way through, haven't we, today?
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect us to win, but then equally, this is the type of game that we saw kind of so many times in League Two, for example, where teams that are pretty mediocre, very, very small clubs, they come to Fratton Park and it's their big day. And I think they are mediocre, and that's what they usually are most seasons. The closest they probably come to the playoffs is probably, 9th or 10th, which is pretty shambolic, really. But they're not a big club. And I remember a couple of seasons ago, one of my mates from school, who's actually a swimmer, Alfie Jones, was playing for them on loan. And they drew against us, I think 0-0, when I went to see it that time as well. So it's not been the greatest of games, Gillingham versus Pompey, but hopefully we can just pick up the 3 points. We're going 4-4-2 again, obviously today with Curtis and Harrison. What do you think about that?
Well, I know Brendan will probably tell me off for saying this, but and anyone who disagrees with me, but I do quite like seeing John Marquis in the side. I know he has not found his shooting boots in the last couple of weeks, and he couldn't find them for many weeks in the lead up to when he started. And then he became like the league's top scorer, and then it's, you know, Johnson Clark Harris has come out of nowhere with all the goals. So I don't know. I don't think it does him very good being out of the side. Having said that, I liked what happened with Harrison and Curtis and that dynamic on Tuesday night. I think it worked well and it was refreshing. It was something we needed. So I'm more happy to give something that works against a good Oxford side, who I had to have a little moment after the stream yesterday and just kind of think how on earth they didn't at least score one in that last 5 minutes or so in stoppage time. That was absolutely
Craig McGilvery. That's how.
Mate, statistically, he is now the best keeper in the league, and we've been saying it all season that he is, but we've got some hard evidence to suggest that he is now. So there we go.
Yeah, it's always nice to back it up. But yeah, no, just quickly on that point, I just think, you know, Harrison on Tuesday played as we know he can play, and you know he was bullyish, or he bullied the centre halves, and that's what you need from Harrison. You just need him to put himself around, but so many times he plays, comes on and just does nothing. But if he can play like that the whole time, then he can keep Marcus out of the team. So hopefully we get another one of those Harrisons today.
Brilliant. Well, let's wait and see. Alex, thank you very much for joining us, mate. And we will speak to you later on. Have a lovely afternoon.
And you, mate.
Well, here we go then. This is the last couple of times that Pompey have played Gillingham. It's 2 draws and 3 wins for either team. Hopefully that will be a 4-2-3 instead come the end of this afternoon. And then that is alongside the matches for either side. You've got Pompey on the left, Gillingham on the right-hand side. And Gillingham have lost more than double Pompey. And obviously have won 3 less games. And mate, I'm having an absolute mare this afternoon. I don't know what is going on, but I cannot speak the Queen's English. I don't know what is happening. Aaron, rescue me, mate. How are you? Welcome along. Tell us how you're feeling before this one.
I feel actually positive, really positive today. Good win over the last game. Hopefully that should bring some confidence back to the team. I'm glad Marquis is on the bench again, because hopefully it will put him in. Right, I need to get on. I need to score goals and everything. Did you see the other day with the Just Eats with all the Portsmouth players? Did you see that?
I haven't watched it yet. I saw it come up, but I was wondering what that was.
Right. They were showing goals, and Marquis, you see him scoring a goal and goes, "Look, I can do it." And he started laughing. I thought it was hilarious. So hopefully, if he comes on a sub, he's going to have a point to prove today. So, but I'm feeling very confident. But we need an early goal, and we got to treat every game as a cup final. So we need to get in, get a couple of early goals, put them to sleep, say goodnight to them, and then move on to the next game.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to it. The stats are flashed up on the screen for you. Aaron, they suggested that Gillingham were very much inferior to Pompey. I mentioned to Alex just then that the 13 points off the drop, so 9 points from the playoffs. But having said that, we have struggled to beat them in recent seasons, haven't we? Do you think we're going to put that to bed today, get a good result, and then crack on with the league going forward? And this is sort of a run-in now, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, definitely a run-in, but previous stats don't mean nothing. All right, Andrew. Previous stats don't mean anything now.
Look at this.
Oh, well, look. I've got one.
Oh, yes.
Jam and cream. Jammy and cream.
Oh, wow.
And I've also got the Christmas ones
as well.
Oh,
my word.
I was overtaken with this jumbo special.
Well, the missus is on a diet, so I'll grab the Christmas ones. so yeah, but, we just got to make sure we can't underestimate them. Like, if we underestimate this team, then they will come back and get that stupid goal in the second half, like we always seem to do at the moment. But I'm not looking at stats, previous history and everything, all what happens on the day to day. So as long as the team come out fighting, I'm still surprised that Watmore's on the bench. I'm very surprised he's on the bench, but gives the other player a chance to actually prove himself as well. Glad we're playing the 4-4-2 again. Just see what happens with the lads. It's the sun's out shining. Nice day at Fratton Park. Shame we're not there to celebrate with them, but hopefully we can get a result today. I would love to see a 4-0, but I think it's going to be about a 2-0 win.
We'll take a 2-0, mate. If we get to 2-0 at half time, we know we can crack on and get the 4, can't we?
Yeah.
Aaron, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, mate. I know it's been rather brief, but we've got Retro Shirt Sean to speak to. Then we're going to crack on with a bit of commentary, and we will have you back on at full time, mate, and half time if you're not eating.
Yeah, I'm about. So yeah, I'm on my own today. Everyone's gone out for a walk, so yeah, it's nice. Got football on telly, everything. So
You touch me in Rodgers, mate.
I will be. I will be. All for myself. So it's all good. All good.
Good for you.
Anyway,
Speak to you a bit, Aaron.
Speak to you in a bit. See you soon. All right. Bye bye.
Cheers.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you,
How are
mate.
you?
Yeah, all right. Just been for a cycle in the woods.
Lovely. Thanks for my invite. That was much appreciated. Let's speak to Retro Shirt Sean. Good afternoon, mate. Welcome along. Hope you're well.
Good afternoon. Yeah. I'm optimistic like Aaron. I'm quite excited by this game. I'm kind of hoping that it's the weekend, the sun's shining, and I'm hoping for a good result today.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited seeing Hadji on the pitch. That's going to be a nice one to start with.
Yeah.
I know I've always liked him coming through, and he's always played well when he's come for us, and I hopefully it'll be a good day for him today.
Looks nice. Look at the stadium now. Have you seen it on the TV?
I did. It looks glorious. Looks absolutely glorious.
Beautiful, doesn't it?
I'd love to know the stats on whether Pompey play better when the weather's nice or not. I wonder if that's something that... Do you reckon we've won more games when it's been lovely and sunny as opposed to more games where... Because we always have a blip in January, don't we? So it may
We
be...
do. It's a South Coast thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Bring me sunshine, as you'd say in Morecambe.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely.
Have you got your Dodgers, mate? That's the most important thing.
Mrs. H is bringing them through with a cup of tea in a second. And I'll show you my half time.
Excellent, mate.
Wonderful.
Top draw. That's what I like. Service with a smile.
I've put to you, Sean, that I was discussing with a couple of our colleagues on the show earlier on that the Gillingham boss Steve Evans has. Did you lose me there on my back?
No, I've got you.
Cool. It's been a bit of a nightmare for the first 45 minutes. I've had a bit of a mare in terms of my words as well. The Gillingham boss Steve Evans has never won a league game against Pompey. He's tried with Mansfield, he's tried with Peterborough, and now he's tried with Gillingham. Is that something to bear in mind going into this one?
I think it's like all these things. He'll say that record's there to be beaten. I hope he's consistent and stays the way he is and doesn't beat us. It'd be quite nice.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can read into the stats too much. It changes season upon season, and different players. We're doing well this season. Other times, we weren't doing so well, and we still beat him. So it'd be interesting to see. I think, like you say, personally, he's probably seen it and gone, actually, I'd like to win this one. I'm sure he does for all his games.
Did they beat us twice last season? I can't remember. I think they beat us at home and away 2-0, didn't they, last year?
I think so. I don't. It's been a while since we've beaten them. I think it's back 2000.
I think this early in the season we beat them, didn't we? Or not? Did we beat Gillingham?
I'm just going to find out for you.
No.
Please don't quote random things off the top of your head because you always do that.
I've got a funny. I think we drew, but I can't remember. Here we go.
The suspense is killing us about this. Right. So last time we've played them, let's have a look. It's not there, is it? It's not going to tell me. Of course, it's not going to tell me. Hang on a second, ladies and gents. We're having a...
I'll look it up while you...
Well, there we go. Right. So it was... Last time we played them was 2-0 on the 20th of October, 2020. We beat them 2-0 at their place. Wow. That was just gone.
Just this season.
Well, it's this season, that sort of last year. Then on New Year's Day 2020, it was a 1-1 draw at their place. Before that, it was a 0-0 draw at Fratton Park on the 12th of October 2019. Then you're quite right, Andrew. 26th, so Boxing Day 2018 and 6th of October 2018, they beat us 2-0 both at home and away.
But that's 2 years ago.
So that's probably the season that you're thinking of is that one there. Yeah. So it has been, I flashed it up on the screen earlier, but it's 3 wins for either side in the last 8 games and 2 draws as well. So I think today it would be nice, wouldn't it, Sean, just to calm those... Well, get rid of that bad feeling that we've got about not beating them at Fratton Park since 2003, and also get this hunt for promotion well and truly back on track as we managed to kind of start to do against Oxford. What do you reckon?
Exactly that. We know these next 3 games. We need our strikers to start scoring. Today would be a good game for either Curtis or Harrison to get in, or even Marquis on the bench. I'll take that as well. But I'm surprised he's gone with Curtis up front. I'd have gone Hawula. I like that Harrison Hawula partnership. But maybe he'll do that at half time. I don't know. Or will he bring Marcus on? We'll see. But the strikers need to score. For me today, that's the thing. They need to start kicking on and adding to their tallies because they haven't scored for a while. And we've been short of goals.
And funny enough, Gillingham, I was saying to a guest earlier on, they have one of the best goal differences in the bottom half on teams around them. You've got like teams nearby are on -20. They've only got a goal difference of -3. Added to the fact that you've just been discussing, Pompey can't seem to score goals through their strikers or through anyone. It was down to young Harvey White on Tuesday, wasn't it? You think that'd be a problem for us today?
It may be, but the strikers will start scoring at some point. It's just when will that happen? And it's always the same. You always go for a massive drought, and then all of a sudden it's like buses, they all come along at once. And maybe today will be the day. The sun is shining, and you never know. It could be a 4-0.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, mate. We will see you at half-time or full-time. Retro Shirt Sean is sticking around for us. We will speak to you very shortly, mate.
See you later, mate.
See you later.
So here we go then. We are almost ready to go. If you wouldn't mind holding the fort just for 1 second, I'm just going to quickly clean the camera because I'm aware we've got a bit of your tea's here as well, right? I'll wait for the tea to be delivered and then I'll go and sort the camra out. But just to run you through the team lineup this afternoon for Gillingham, it's Connor Ogilvie is their left back, Jack Tucker, Robbie Cundy are the two centre halves alongside Ryan Jackson at right back, and then it's Carl Dempsey who's the captain, and Stuart O'Keefe, blast from the past, is a holding midfielder for them, probably operating in the same way that he did against not against us, but when he played for us, sorry. And then you've got a front three of Thomas O'Connor, Oliver Lee, Jordan Graham, he did, and Vadine Oliver is their striker, number 19. He's scored 5 goals and 5 assists so far. And there is that man on our screen, Harvey White. Big things to come from him this afternoon, do you reckon?
I think we've got to be careful not to put him under too much pressure, Tom, because the lad's obviously a youngster, and he's had a good game the other night. He's come on a couple of sub games and played quite well, hasn't he? And then he showed a bit of class that he's got. He's still got a lot to learn, hasn't he? He's still only a junior player, especially against tough big guys at the back. Gillingham always got physical players, haven't they? Big, strong, physical fullbacks normally. So I think I don't know what they look like today, but they don't look like Muppets, do they? They look quite chunky, aren't they?
Is that what you can't judge a book by its cover, mate? No, if you're sat next to someone in a test and they're writing loads down, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be doing very well, does it?
What's that got to do with the size of these people?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a test with someone,
they've normally got a strong physical back four, Tom. That's what I'm saying. That makes life very, very difficult for a lightweight, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there we go. It's a very beautiful afternoon here on the south coast. It's absolutely glorious. We've got a lot of sunshine coming in through the window here. Fratton Park is basking in the beautiful weather conditions down on the south coast, and we are almost ready to get off and underway. Tom Naylor, referee Tim Robinson, alongside the Gillingham captain Carl Dempsey, are shaking hands, saying hello to each other. Referee, I can't hear the commentary. Why can I not hear the commentary? Because the thing's on mute. There we go. Can hear it now. Kenny Jackett is there. He is, albeit I think he's probably he's out and about on the touchline today, isn't he? So back involved today, Mr. Jackett.
Yeah, that should spur us on to a finale, Tom, shouldn't it?
Well, absolutely. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward.
It's inspirational, isn't it?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this afternoon. It's two relatively out of form teams here at Fratton Park this afternoon. They are looking to make things, well, what am I trying to say? Pompey looking to keep the winning ways that they discovered on Tuesday night. And we are almost underway. It will be Gillingham who take the kickoff. It will be Pompey defending the Fratton end, as it were. The knee is taken. Pompey shooting from left to right this afternoon. And we are just about off and underway. It's Jordan Graham who's standing over the ball. The referee, here we go. Is he going to blow it? He has. He's blown the whistle, and we are off and underway at Fratton Park. It's 1 minute past 3, and we are ready to rumble. Welcome along to everyone just joining us. Nick Quinn has asked, how's the tongue?
Well, it's all right now, thanks, Nick. It's got better, mate. It took a day or two, but it's got better. So thanks for asking. It's Ka Wan Kok is joined us from Hong Kong again.
Hong Kong. Good afternoon to you. Welcome along. Hope you're doing very well. Hello to.
We actually know Hong Kong quite well because
we do
travelling there quite a lot for business, haven't we? And
we have.
We know Hong Kong very well, and we know Wang Chai area. Don't we? The Wang Chai area.
Wan Chai, not Wang Chai.
So
Tin Hau as well.
Tin Hau station, our favourite underground station.
Absolutely. Trouser situation. How's Andrew's tongue? Yep. A lot of care for your tongue this afternoon.
Yeah.
He's doing very well, ladies and gents. He's doing very well. We'll keep you updated as the afternoon progresses. Gillingham have their first corner of the afternoon. It's a deep one, and Sean Raggett is up there to meet that one. And I'm thinking
great ball
about it is a great ball. And Ronan Curtis is off and underway here. He's only got a couple of men to beat. Marcus Harness, edge of the box, shot, and it's not. He's hit the post. He's hit the post.
A great effort.
Inches away from taking the lead, and that would have been brilliant for Marcus Harness. Oh, I can't quite believe it. It's still 0-0 at Fratton Park. The inside of the post, it was inches away.
Just behind him.
Brilliant strike, that is.
It is, yeah.
Inches away from Marcus Harness. And that is the biggest chance of the game so far. But it would be, he's at the post. My word. And he hasn't scored since October, Marcus Harness, in the league. I believe that was, the game against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light was the last time that Marcus Harness scored for Pompey, and it would have been lovely for him to reopen his account this afternoon, and hopefully that will be something that we do. And Daniel has said, start as we mean to go on. Absolutely, mate. Let's hope that is a sign of things to come. Good afternoon to Richard Newman, who's joining us. Good afternoon, Tom, Andrew, up for the Pompey. Mate. Hello, Richard. Welcome along to the stream. Pompey to win 1-0. Lee Brown free kick. Thank you very much for that. Sean wants us to get a goal. He's going for a 1-0. And Jishan, good afternoon to you. He's saying a 3-0 Pompey this afternoon will be his score prediction. Here's Andy Cannon.
Done well.
He's done well. He's looked to clear it forward down this right-hand side. Curtis, header inside. Harvey White launching an attack through Ellis Harrison. Edge of the box of the Gillingham area. He's inside now. Left foot, right foot. It will be the first corner of the game for Pompey. And there is a lovely little slit of sunshine that has joined us for the afternoon. And Nick Quinn's going for a 2-0 win. It's not a meteorite. It's a line of sunshine, which is absolutely glorious. And we are loving the beautiful weather here this afternoon on the south coast of England. It will be Ronan Curtis who is ready to go. 3 minutes has been played at Fratton Park. His corner can't beat the first man. It's not good, and it's easily away from Brian Jackson, and that will be a Pompey throw-in about halfway inside Gillingham territory. And it will be a throw-in that's taken on that north stand side. There is Mr. Steve Evans, who, as I said in the pre-match build-up, hasn't won a game at hasn't won a game against Pompey in plenty of times of trying under the in the management of Mansfield, Peterborough, and of course Gillingham. And that will be another Pompey corner that Harvey White is just going to pop over. Good to see him oozing the confidence this afternoon.
He's doing well at the minute, isn't he?
Absolutely. And apparently Lincoln are losing already. They are. Plymouth Argyle have taken the lead, courtesy of Kellen Watts. Thank you for that, Biley. That is not bad. But Lincoln have a habit of going a goal down and then get back into it. Ronan Curtis, second time of asking, as Andrew's just said, hasn't beaten the first man. But he has got a second bite at the cherry here. Ronan Curtis puts a better ball in this time. And Harness again with a chance. It's a difficult one for him to try and get something on it. Perhaps a header would have been the better option for him. And it is still 0-0. Not a bad opening 5 minutes or so for Pompey, Andrew.
No, it's looking better, Tom. Looking like we're really at the races today, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So hopefully, it's an omen for plenty to come, Tom.
Good afternoon to Chris, who joins us from Italy. Sunny Bergamo 2-1, he's saying, and it's 20 degrees where you are, Chris. It feels like that in the sunshine this afternoon on the south coast. And good morning to Darren, who joins us from Vancouver. He's going for a 4-0 Pompey today.
Morning, Darren, mate.
Hope you're well and very much very much appreciate you joining us for the stream, Darren. Hope you are doing really well. We have now ticked over into the 5th minute. Harvey White is front and centre of the camera right now. Pompey looking the better in the opening 5 minutes or so. It's a strong start, as Aaron has quite rightly said. We're looking good, looking to make that carry on. It'll be a Pompey throw-in on that far side that Lee Brown will take. And I know we've kept saying it, but it's a wonderful afternoon here on the South Coast. Lee Brown just discussing, he's probably not discussing tactics with the lino on that far side. He's definitely discussing something. There's the throw in then, and Ellis Harrison ducks underneath it. Wasn't an awful lot he could do there. Headers helped on, but again, it'll be a Lee Brown throw in to take on the north stand side of Fratton Park this afternoon. Pompey have one win from 5 previous games at Fratton Park in the last couple of weeks, having lost 3 of those 5, looking to turn that around. A once Fortress Fratton is looking to be reignited here. And hopefully this is the start of something big moving forward for Pompey. As it's Tom Naylor who's going to win a free kick there. It might be a bit of an injury to his back there. It was quite a bump, wasn't it? Hopefully he's not in too much pain. Verdane Oliver went up for the challenge. And
it's a big old unit, that.
Yeah, Tom Naylor doesn't go down very often either, does he? So hopefully he's not in too much pain.
His back. Look, oh, that is a bad challenge, referee.
Good afternoon to John Whiteside, who joins us live. Hope you're well, mate. A play at Pompey straight back at you. Thank you for coming in to say hello. And we are live and ready to bring you coverage of this game all afternoon. Myself and Andrew guiding you through this one at Fratton Park.
Okay.
Sorry?
That Oliver bloke, no remorse at all. He's really clattered Tom Naylor there.
Not happy.
Not happy, are you? When players just ignore it as if they haven't done anything. You know, you should just apologise to the guy.
I wonder if this is going to improve things. If we put that down, ladies and gents, let us know. Can you see us clearer now? Yay or nay?
That's all right, Tom.
Are you happy with that?
Watching the game, not
is that better than it was previously? If it is, let us know. If it isn't, then I can put the blind back up. But for the time being, it's down, and we're relying on the in-house studio lighting to keep us going. 7.5 minutes has been played at Fratton Park. Callan said that's way better. There we go. Thank you for that, Karen. And this is an opportunity for Gillingham moving forward.
Well,
and Hajid Minogue's given it away to Thomas O'Connor down this left-hand side. Gillingham with pink shirts and blue shorts for some reason. Stuart O'Keefe, a familiar face for the Fratton faithfuls, played it to his captain, Carl Dempsey.
O'Keefe. I thought he was a good player, Tom.
Connor Ogilvie trying to get round Marcus Harness, but he's done really, really well. And he's played a pass to Ronan Curtis. That one hasn't quite worked out.
Curtis wasn't quite ready for that ball, I don't think.
There we go. That's better. Perfect. Okay. Well, we'll leave it like that for you for now, ladies and gents. Sorry, it was a little bit bright and sunny, but as is the weather conditions this afternoon. Is it about time we tucked into the jammy Dodgers? Is that?
Yourself, mate.
Are we gonna? Right, here we go. Here comes the moment. There is a bit of stoppage in play. Tom Naylor is receiving treatment yet again.
Opportunity to get a jammy Dodger out.
Opportunity.
Tom, are you all right?
I'm not.
Tom Naylor might be going off, mate.
I hope he doesn't. So are these done as like packets? Can we take them out and they're not going to spill everywhere?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Look at that.
That is a tray of
Boom.
Dodgers.
We've got a tray of jammy Dodgers on the go. And Andrew is going to be eating these all afternoon. I'm going to entice him by putting them in his face. Andrew's going to have one. And we're all having a jammy Dodger moment. We will be doing. Darren's just done his jammy Dodgers all the way. That's amazing how the message is spread as far as Vancouver. Darren, thank you very much, mate. And Andrew is sharing the moment virtually with you.
Are they actually McVitie's Donny jammy Dodgers in Vancouver then?
They aren't McVitie's, these ones,
No,
are they? No, McVitie's don't make jammy Dodgers, do they?
Yeah.
No, it's Burton's Biscuit Company.
Oh.
Burton's, mate.
I didn't mean to be.
Burton's, not McVitie's. Crikey. Give Burton's a bit of credit, mate. They're a big company.
Let us know if they are actually Burton's original jammy Dodgers in Vancouver. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
We're in the opening 10 minutes here at Fratton Park. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon here on the South Coast. A very warm welcome along to everyone. If you haven't yet left the stream a like, please make sure you do so. It really would help us out. And also, if you're brand new to this sort of thing, ladies and gents, subscribe to the channel. That would be much appreciated too. Referee's blown up for a free kick. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes before we have our Jammy Dodger party at halftime. That would be much appreciated. This referee is a very experienced man. He refereed, and if it's any interest to anyone, a bit of useless knowledge that you're all going to be told by myself is that he refereed our playoff semi-final game against Sunderland this in 2019 in May.
I can tell you a bit of football trivia if you like, Tom.
Go on, mate. Tell us.
Hearts of Midlothian in Edinburgh.
Yes.
I actually went to see them play once, or a couple of times actually, but once against Celtic at Tynecastle. And Hearts are called, their nickname is Jam Tarts. And they have this colour in them, this colour Jammy Dodger, and that heart on the shirt.
Oh, right. Hence why the hearts.
Well, no, this is Jammy Dodgers, but
I appreciate that.
But the hearts of yes, hence why they're called hearts.
Blackpool have taken the lead against Charlton Athletic. That is big news for Pompey, as Charlton, another team of those looking, to exploit the playoff positions, and Aaron has just opened the jam and cream and he's absolutely loving himself. Chris, unfortunately, does not have access to Jammy Dodgers in Barbados. Just rum cake. It's not a bad close second, is it? A bit of rum cake. We'll take that, Chris. And Fournilwrittenalloverit, as Daniel's quite already said, is YouTube's premier biscuit channel. Anyway, this is, as Guy Whittingham's just said through my ears, do you reckon this is a game that Gillingham will be quite happy to play? Lots of free kicks, lots of stoppages, etc. Sean Raggett, it's a good header back into the dangerous area from the left back. Connor Olgivit. Oh, crikey. Ogilvie. We're going with that. And good afternoon to Reece Southgate. Welcome along to the stream, mate. If you're new, drop us a subscribe.
How?
If you're just joining the stream,
has he got a free header there?
It's a very good question.
What was Harrison doing? He's so lazy sometimes.
Jerry Yates is the man who's got the goal for Charlton Athletic. He was the man that scored Blackpool's goal at Fratton Park just a week ago. Was it last Saturday? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. 12 minutes has been played again. It's an inviting corner that Craig McGilvery will eventually come and
There's a bit of a worry
claim.
Them set pieces where they're getting all the headers and no one's challenging it. No one. That first, if you watch this back, watch Harrison.
No, it was actually Curtis that got something on it. He nearly scored an own goal there, didn't he?
For it. It annoys me.
Anyway, McGilvery's gone long. Ellis Harrison trying to nod it down to Ronan Curtis, but eventually that one will work its way back to the Gillingham keeper, Jack Bonham. And it will quickly distribute courtesy of an overarm throw. And Plymouth Argyle are 2-0 up, ladies and gents. They are winning at home park against the league leaders, Lincoln City, at this moment in time. And I would have thought that might not be a scoreline that remains for the full 90 minutes. It's Danny Mayer on 13 minutes, who has doubled the Argyle's lead.
2 against Lincoln, isn't it? Because it's good to have 2 against them, of course, but it's very early in the game, isn't it?
Yes, it is, absolutely. Milton Keynes have taken the lead against our opponents during midweek, Oxford United at Stadium MK. It is 1-0 to Milton Keynes. That is indeed good news. Results seemingly going Pompey's way so far this afternoon, as Ryan Jackson takes a long throw into the Pompey penalty area. Sean Raggett comes and claims conclusively. That was a lot of alliteration for you there. Hope you enjoyed that. 13.5 minutes is on the clock at Fratton Park. That's dangerous. It's flicked on, and Raggett's done well to challenge that one. It was going to be a foul that the referee would have blown up for, but it's going to be a play on for Craig McGilvery to redistribute, and that was not a bad effort. It was actually Verlaine Oliver, actually. He was the committer of the foul on Tom Naylor, who caused him a little bit of discomfort. Third time, it might go in the book. This referee's happy to play a little bit of an advantage, which is okay. And Raggett again. No, what are you doing? I haven't had one yet.
Well, you can have one in a minute. You just got to go dry if you leave them there.
Oh, okay. We've got to stick them back. Crikey, we are taking this very seriously.
These precious, these Jammy Dodgers.
Absolutely.
Precious.
Absolutely. It clears down the left, and Geordie Hawula's gonna get that one out of play. Gillingham have alternated between having a win and a loss in their last 5 games. Pompey have lost 2, won 2 and drawn 1. So arguably 2 teams that meet this afternoon at Fratton Park. You're not in the best of form, but the league positions tell you otherwise. Pompey are currently sitting 4th. I'm not sure how today's results have affected that so far. Thus far, I should say, perhaps. And Ellis Harrison got a lot. Sorry, not Ellis Harrison. It was Jordi Hawula got an impressive amount of distance on that throw, but this one's going to be a short one down to his colleague Marcus Harness. He'll give it back to Hadji Manoga, who cuts his way inside, finds Ronan Curtis. Great play. Curtis driving into the penalty area is met by a forest of Gillingham legs, and that will be the first corner in the bit between the South Stand and the Milton end for Pompey this afternoon. And Ronan Curtis puts his thumb up in the air towards Hadji Manoga to say thank you very much for that exquisite play, because it was very good. It was the corner conceded by the former Pompey man and Plymouth man, as Andrew said earlier, Stuart O'Keefe. Here comes the in-swinger from Harvey White, who delivers well. It's a good corner, and Sean Raggett was the closest to that. He's going to get a second bite of the cherry. Is that a handball for the referee? Was it in an unnatural position? No, according to Mr. Jackson. 17.5 minutes has been played now at Fratton Park. 15.5 minutes, sorry, has been played at Fratton Park. It's a clever, well-executed header back to Craig McGilvery from Lee Brown. Was it a handball, Andrew, watching it back? Yes, 100%. For me, Thomas O'Connor, he's almost bounced it down like a basketball, hasn't he? But Pompey, with all the chances here at the moment, Ellis Harrison found a brilliant ball out to the right-hand side to Harness, who puts it straight back in. Dangerous, and Gillingham do not look convincing, trying to clear that ball away. It's threatening from Pompey, and brilliant tackle from Rasmus Nikolaisen to get the ball out to Marcus Harness on the right-hand side, twinning up with Hadji Manoga. Those two have seen a fair share of the ball down this right-hand side in the opening 15 or so.
It's very quick, that...
Rasmus. Yes, that's another brilliant ball. Things working down the left and the right for Pompey so far this afternoon. Lee Brown puts the ball in. Ellis Harrison out to Tom Naylor, who fluffs his lines completely. And that will be a goal kick. It was lining up to be a spectacular...
He had time as well, didn't he?
He did have time, but it wasn't quite to be. A good afternoon to Max Dell. Thank you for joining us, mate. If you could drop us a like on the stream, that'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Lovely to see you on the stream, as ever. And he's blaming his injury, Tom Naylor, for the reason why that one didn't
blame his injury.
Didn't come off.
He could have tapped that down to Harvey White, and it would have been 1-0.
He could well have done, but Pompey are piling on the pressure, and it looks like it could be at this stage a long afternoon for the visiting side. It's a free kick that Sean Raggett has conceded for Pompey, midway inside Pompey territory for the visitors this afternoon. Max, you are a legend, mate. You're already on it. Rasmus, the Pompey Viking, is an absolute legend.
A foul, Tom. To be fair to Raggett, then that was not a foul. The guy just backed into him and fell over.
Right.
Shocking.
Looked, yeah. Didn't look like an obvious one, did it? But nonetheless, it has been given, and it will be the Gillingham captain, Carl Dempsey, who has stood over this one. It's going to be perhaps pile drived into the box from this distance, looking for a pink shirt. It's probably about 40 yards out, more than 40 yards, probably, isn't it? Or is it? It's probably about 40 yards. 40, yeah. Here it comes, and it is indeed a pile driver in towards Connor Ogilvie.
Tom, I've said this before, but they are not very good.
No, they don't look very good.
Got to the sword this afternoon. Questions need to be answered.
Yeah, I would.
They are absolutely.
Yeah, they're not the best. They're not the best at all. Good afternoon to Mark Richardson. He's watching from South Africa. He's a lifelong Pompey fan. Come on, the boys. Mark, let us know whereabouts you join us from South Africa. It'd be brilliant to know. Hope you're doing pretty well. And very warm welcome along to the stream. It's a shame that the liner couldn't spot the one in the penalty area about 5 minutes ago.
Right,
spotted that one because it was close to him.
He spotted that one because he bang on with his eyesight that time.
Yeah. How can you give that?
Where is it?
Lino.
Was it handball?
I don't even think it hit his hand.
Did he give handball? Or did
he gave a handball, yeah. Wasn't very clear, that one. I would have said the one in the box was more of a bounce down, wasn't it? Good afternoon to Stan, who's watching us from Syria. Crikey. Good afternoon to you, mate. Welcome along. Hope you're doing really well. 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes has been played. Gillingham keeper Jack Bonham goes long and finds Dempsey. And that one's dealt well with Lee Brown, and he fires one forward. The ball for the long ball wasn't brilliant. Ronan Curtis will be there to chase nonetheless. And here is Ellis Harrison looking to put pressure on Jack Bonham. He's had the ball back to him. Still 0-0.
How does our friend find us from Syria? How does he know?
I don't know.
Maybe we could ask him.
I don't know what he's doing in Syria, but a very warm welcome nonetheless.
Of course he is, yeah. Let us know what you're doing in Syria and also how you found this channel.
Absolutely. Ben Clark is agreeing with you. Jenko's watching for Lebanese war bunker. Ben Clark has said it's a must-win, mate. You're correct. Anything less would be very disappointing. Absolutely. And on occasions, Ben Andrew is correct in what he says. Every now and again. Every now and again. I'm just going to pump the chair up ever so slightly so we get a bit of a better vantage point off proceedings this afternoon. Still 0-0 here at Fratton Park. Dempsey battering his way through Pompey's defence, but he hasn't quite done so. And it was Ellis Harrison on the spin. Referee's not going to give anything for that. And Heula has headed one over the top towards Ronan Curtis, and that will be a Pompey throw-in. It's off the head of Jack Tucker. And Brighton and Hove Albion have missed a penalty. It's Pascal Gross, Pascal Gross, I think is how you say his name. But that is not far from where we are watching the game this afternoon. It is, as you can see there, very late in the day. But I follow telling us that Plymouth are 2-0 up, and that is still the scoreline as it stands.
How can I follow take so long to tell us that?
I don't know.
It's been 10 minutes since that.
It has been quite a while, hasn't it?
Oh, hang on, another 10 minutes since the last update.
Just letting us know that MK Dons are 1-0 up, which we have known, as Andrew said, for the last 10 minutes.
But it's amazing, Tom. We live in such a clear electronic world. How can that not be done simultaneously? Why does it take 10 minutes?
I know. Indochina James joins us once again from Thailand. Good afternoon to you, mate. Hope you're doing really well, and a very warm welcome along to the stream. Drop us a like as well if you're just joining us, Indochina James. I know you probably already have done. But tell all your friends in Thailand about us if they're Pompey fans as well, which I'm sure they are.
Yes, there's loads of Pompey fans in Thailand, mate.
I'm sure
they'd
love to join us. Oh, there's not a bad chance for Ellis Harrison. It's a poacher header on goal.
Save, Tom. There's no pace on it, was there?
Hello to Shering Lama joining us all the way from Nepal. Welcome along to you, mate. Welcome to the stream.
Nepal's a long way away.
And
it's probably late in the evening there.
As Graham's quite rightly said, it is 2-1 now. Lincoln have got one back against Plymouth Argyle, and looks like that one could probably swing Lincoln City's way. I'm not sure how you feel about that one, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't think, as I said earlier, Tom, Plymouth scoring 2 in 12 minutes is a good start, but it's bang early for them to hold on to a 2-0 lead, isn't it, against a side that plays some good football.
The most boring game in League One this afternoon has a goal in it. Fleetwood Town are 1-0 down against Accrington Stanley. That one is being played at the Highbury Stadium, and that is not going to be everyone's main focus this afternoon.
Fleetwood Accrington, that's a big game.
It's not, is it? Imagine if fans were in stadiums, it would probably look about the same as it does now in terms of the amount of people that are there. Sorry if you're a Fleetwood or an Accrington fan watching this, but I don't think you can argue with me too much. Referee's given a free kick, actually, in for simulation for Connor Ogilvie. I'm surprised. It's normally... Oh.
To be fair, it was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Surprised about that. It's also strange that the referee hasn't booked him for simulation. If you give a foul... If you blow up for simulation, the normal practice is that you'd give a yellow card as well, but clearly that's not happened. Perhaps it's a little bit too early in the game for the referee. Harrison's got the opportunity to give it to White. He had to get down quickly. Jack Bonham. It's a brilliant strike on goal, and it's actually a free kick the other way. And quick as a flash, Fleetwood are on level terms against Accrington. But the most important thing here is Harvey White. The 19-year-old had the opportunity to make it 2 in 2 games. Harrison laid him off nicely. It was the strike. He took it on the...
He hit it well, to be fair.
He did indeed. Janko, unfortunately, mate, we are not AFTV. We're not going to swallow it. We're not going to stop there.
What did he say?
Oh, no. I said we weren't going to... Oh, anyway. Doesn't matter. If you were watching closely, you would have... Oh, dear. I meant to say we're not going to fall for that one. Anyway, Ipswich Town are 1-0 up against Doncaster Rovers.
That's good news.
That is good news. I said they'd win that one earlier on today, and I think It's a good sign for things to come.
Have we got a new manager now at Ipswich?
No, not yet. Looking like it's going to be Paul Cook relatively soon.
Oh, that'll get them up the table.
It shall, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, the takeover is imminent from would you believe it, an American business owner, and it's Alan Judge who's got the goal for the town. Josh McGuinness has also converted a penalty for Hull City, which is not great news, and there goes our light. Not the best of news actually, because Hull City are one of the teams that we want to be making some headway on this afternoon.
Oh, Cannon has been absolutely massive there. Look at that.
Oh, that's brilliant play. Brilliant play from Andrew's favourite Pompey man, Andy Cannon. And I'm just going to quickly plug this in, charge it up a little bit. Stan, mate, I'm not going to fall for that, unfortunately. It's not happening.
Dan Rona's Curtis up the kipper there.
Northampton Town are 1-0 up against Swindon Town. Another one that's incredibly exciting.
Quickly and getting it back into play quickly, which is interesting.
Good afternoon to Mark Richardson, who's born in Cosham, spent most Saturdays from my teams at Fratton Park, moved to JHB.
Johannesburg.
Oh, JHB. Early 20s, now in Polokwane. But follow every game I can. Mark, a very warm welcome to the stream, mate. If you're new to us, subscribe. We'll keep you updated all the way through till May with the streams. Myself and Andrew here every match day, aren't we, mate?
Yes, and then we go back to making videos, games.
Very excited to be doing that for you.
Actually, coming up, Tom, next week, you are going to show some of the Sunderland videos, aren't you?
10 days' time.
Right.
It's not next Tuesday. Next Tuesday's Doncaster, which is
away as well.
It is, which is
we owe them one.
We do indeed. It's an exciting game, an exciting one in store. When we go to the promos later on this afternoon, you'll see that one being advertised, ladies and gents. I know the trim's not the best, unfortunately. It's going to be a long time before we can get it sorted as well. So we're just rolling with it for the time being. It's going to be a good one next Tuesday. So make sure you've got that in your calendars. Join us from, I believe we're going live from about 6 o'clock for the Doncaster game. All the usual suspects will be joining us. I will do my very best to get a Doncaster Rovers fan on the stream for you as well, so we can have a bit of an opposition view. Who would you like to see?
What? Not really care, Pete.
I've got a couple of Doncaster Rovers fan friends. Can probably give them a shout and see if anyone's up for joining us live on Fournilwrittenalloverit next week. Next Tuesday, only a couple of days away. 27 minutes has been played now. Here at Fratton Park, we're approaching the half-hour mark, and there are no goals to separate either side this afternoon. Pompey, arguably, with the better of the chances. And it is a Gillingham throw-in on this near side that Connor Ogilvie will be taking. Apparently, he was a target for Pompey over the summer. We were looking to strengthen the left-back position. Ultimately, it fell to Charlie Daniels to be Pompey's newest recruit in that position. Here comes the ball in. Minoga trying to get the possession back. It's quite a physical challenge on him, and Craig McGilvery will sweep long. Ellis Harrison rises, but he can't quite win the ball. Jack Tucker does do so. Cannon fires one back forward to Ronan Curtis. Tom Naylor has now got the ball on the deck. Here's Andy Cannon once again. Does he fire one out? He does. Brilliant timed ball to Lee Brown. Give and go from Andy Cannon. Back to Harvey White. Cross ball played. Rasmus Sigurdsson under a little bit of pressure to get there before Vadane Oliver, but he did do very well, as has Hajid Minoga, who's now chasing the ball down this right-hand side. Who has put a ball in early doors, and again, that one's not going to be the first man. He could have probably assessed his options slightly better there.
I think a good ball, Tom, had Harrison made the move a bit quicker.
Perhaps it was rather than the ball.
He's showing him where he's going to put it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit of a lackluster effort, wasn't it? But again, well, probably a bit of both, really. Ellis Harrison perhaps to blame. Minoga set to throw into the penalty area. Harvey White, Harrison, he's got it down. Still loose in the penalty area. West Brom, Brighton is now a goal apiece. And there is a free kick.
And guess who gave that away?
It was Sean Raggett. Would you believe? We've got a comment all the way from Nepal, I believe. I'm just going to wait for it to flash up on the screen. He's mentioned it. There it is. Harrison can't score. Why is he even in the first team? Geordie is far better than him.
I think you're right.
Well, there we go. He hasn't had the best of first half an hours in at Fratton Park in Pompey Blue this afternoon, Ellis Harrison. Hopefully things change in the next 15 minutes and in the second half, however long he remains on the pitch. That subsequent free kick is long. Gillingham pick it up just outside the box. Harvey White looking to wrestle the ball off.
Good ball.
It's not a bad ball in. Andy Cannon hooks away behind him.
He hooks it away like a cannonball.
He did. Carl Dempsey now for Gillingham. Right-hand side. Harvey White has done really, really well, actually, there. He's taking the pressure off. He's taken the pressure off a little bit, but actually still... Oh, header was on target, but it hit the back of a Pompey shirt, and it will be away. First little bit of Gillingham pressure that we've seen in the first half an hour, Andrew.
Yeah, I think we're letting them play a little bit, Tom. We we really should be taking this lot apart, really. It's disappointing.
We look
to
much
see
better than them, don't we?
We look better than them, but Tom, we don't look that threatening. Harrison looks lethargic, doesn't he? Doesn't look like he really wants to be there. Ollie mentioned it before that when we watched the live game at Fratton Park. He's lazy. In my view, he's lazy. He doesn't look like he's. Some players are great players, like this little fella here. He's done really well there. Look at that for a tackle, ref.
He's won a foul in the process, Haji Minoga.
Yeah, disappointing to not be just walking through this lot and taking them apart, Tom, because we should be. You know, it really. Look at this. Look at that for a tackle. What? Throw in. Wait till you finish eating. We'll talk about it. No, but the
rugby tackle.
Oh, rugby tackle. Yeah. I don't think it's a rugby tackle. It was 2-footed, but
it's a decent ball. Can Pompey make anything of this?
A lot of huff and puff, haven't we? The final third.
Absolutely.
Needs to be sorted out, and I think
Marcus Harness has won it back now for Pompey.
Oh, he's doing well.
He's done really well.
Don't be greedy.
Ball goes into the box. Header. Raggett 1-0.
Alan's probably won some money.
It's only Sean Raggett, ladies and gents.
Told you, Tom. Never in doubt.
Brilliant. Lot of huffing and puffing.
Lot of huff and puff.
Hold the front page. Hold the back page. Get in there. Pompey are 1-0 up. Sean Raggett. What a hero. 32 minutes.
Best player on the park by far. This was all about Harrison.
All about Marcus Harness has done all the hard work.
To be fair, that was a very, very, very good header.
Very good header. Oh,
it's pace on the ball, just right. Look, bang.
It's almost a striker-like poacher finish, isn't it?
It is. It's the sort of thing that Harrison never does.
What a brilliant goal!
Yeah, he's done well. Credit where credit's due. Raggett was absolutely Raggettonian on there.
He was Ragardinho. Brilliant stuff. Well, there we have it, ladies and gents. Pompey 1, Gillingham 0.
We did say we've got to put them to the sword, Tom, and this team is here for the beating for sure. They are a very, very poor outfit.
Yes.
And if we don't slaughter them, then we've got to slaughter them. Bottom line, we've got to get some advantage over the others. We get some goal advantage. Could get 4 here.
Well, 3-2, 32 minutes in, and it's not a bad.
Should be looking at 4 against this, though.
Should be looking at 4, yeah. Whether it will be or not is another question, but we should definitely be looking at 4 for this one. And hopefully that is the case. Well, a very good afternoon if you're just joining us. We're live on Fournilwrittenalloverit.
We're 1-0 up at home. Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy. Andrew's
Jammy
smiling.
Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers are on the go. I bet Raggett loves the Jammy Dodger.
Dodgers and
I'm sure he's a Jammy Dodger fan, Sean Raggett. If you're just joining us, ladies and gents, get the stream to 100 likes. That'd be huge. Pompey have just gone 1-0 up. We are absolutely loving life. And a very warm welcome along to everyone who joins us live on the show. It is currently Pompey 1, Gillingham 0, and hopefully that will be more than just the 1 come the end of the afternoon. But
Minogue, Tom.
Yeah.
He's absolutely a very,
Haji Minoga.
very,
Looks good,
very, very good player.
Looks good. Looks very good.
Who's he coming for?
It's Callum Johnson, isn't it? I believe it was a calf injury to Callum Johnson. That's actually done us a...
I would say, looking at how the game so far, I would have him in there, him or Callum in there, either one. It's brilliant to have those two players in that position.
It's good to have good players like those two fighting, isn't it? Yeah. And as Williams quite rightly said, joining us from New York State, Minoga is having a very good game.
He is, yeah.
And he also said earlier, Andrew, he's always said he's good at heading. That is what he's known for, Sean Raggett. To be fair, he scored quite a few goals with his head so far this season, hasn't he, Mr. Raggett?
Yeah.
I really like those jammy dodgers. They're tasty, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're very good. Sorry about the dodgy stream. It will sort itself out in a minute. I just got to add the 1-0 scoreline to the stream. So there we go. Pompey 1-0 up at Fratton Park. 35 minutes is on the clock,
Good
ladies
ball.
and gents.
Great ball then from Naylor.
Brilliant ball from Naylor, but unfortunately that one's trickled out of play.
No, it wasn't. It was Harrison knocked it against
the
defender.
Okay. Sorry. I wasn't watching. I guessed there. I guessed what had happened. So there we are. Well, we are absolutely loving life, ladies and gents, here at Fratton Park. It's been very good from Pompey so far this afternoon. It's been nice to watch, hasn't it? I've had a lot of play down the left and the right-hand side, where normally there's a bit of an issue with one side of the pitch, isn't there? And maybe perhaps we're not as strong on the left or whatever. But for some reason, I don't know whether it's the poor, not saying poor, because that might come and bite me up the bum, but the slightly lesser opposition that we face this afternoon, Andrew, whether that's the reason for the amplification of the chances against Gillingham this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they're. We said earlier, Tom, they're not very good. They don't look very good, and we've obviously got a couple of players out there that haven't played for 90 minutes to start the game, so they're going to sit in there nice and fight for the places, haven't they? So I suggest, Tom, that the only weakness I see at the moment is Harrison. Other than that, I think everybody's having a good game, all the players, including Raggett. And they're trying to get back in it a little bit, Gillingham, aren't they? But this guy's dangerous down the right-hand side. He always gets past the first defender.
It's not a bad ball in for...
He got past Raggett like he was sitting there, and
Andy Cannon's doing a lot of the battering away for Pompey, isn't it? At the minute,
just got to clear it though. What's this? We're giving ourselves a lot of problems here just by refs giving a free kick just outside the box.
Might be a Harvey White protests his innocence, and I can lip read very clearly. He said, "I got the ball." I believe he's gonna
book him, isn't he?
I'm not sure. No, he didn't get the ball. Although he protests his innocence, the youngster very much got the man, not the ball.
He did get the ball after.
Correct decision from the referee.
He's going to yellow card him, isn't he?
No, he won't. It'll be a last chance saloon for Harvey White. But he's a lovely kid, Harvey. So I'm sure he was.
He probably thought he got the ball.
Yeah, it probably well intentioned, wasn't it? I don't think it was malicious at all.
Slow motion to see if he did actually get the ball, because he wouldn't lie about it. He's an intelligent young man.
I reckon he probably felt like he got the ball, and maybe the view of the referee disagreed. Gillingham, who are about to take a free kick, trail Pompey by a goal to nil. It's a set piece to defend. It's in a decent position if Gillingham can make the most of it. Ball goes in, deep cross. Ronan Curtis with the first header away. What are you shaking your head for?
Because I would suggest that when we got corners like that, and I've said it a lot, why not put a striker on the halfway line, Harrison? Put him on the halfway line. That way, you're going to take two of their defenders out.
If you put one on the half, I would always put two on the halfway line.
Well, at least
I'd have
one,
Curtis and Harrison, but then Curtis would be back there defending the header, would he? But perhaps there'd be less Gillingham players in there attacking the header.
Put two of our strikers, you put two of our forwards out on the.
But there's your
halfway
example.
line.
Those two last opportunities, Curtis has headed it away, and Harrison has headed it away.
The point is, Tom, if you take two of our strikers out of the box, put them on the halfway line, or even one of them, you will take at least two, maybe four of their players out. A lot more space, isn't there? A lot more time. Not so much. It's not so congested.
Absolutely. Header's been won by Ogilvie. Blackpool are 2-0 up against Charlton Athletic.
They're coming good, Blackpool. We'll be careful because they're a half-decent outfit.
Going all right, aren't they? Going all right. Here's Hajid Minoga now for Pompey. Rubbing the ball in his shirt.
Oh, crap, it's Sunderland.
Karabi in Sunderland. Header on from Ellis Harrison. Ball goes back into the box. Oh, Lee Brown.
Hey, dickhead.
Oh, he's had a mare.
Pathetic.
Oh, that wasn't good. Lee Brown. Let me just... Pompey 1, Gillingham 1. Just almost looked like Lee Brown has just gifted a goal. It was the ball over the top that Raggett initially headed back to his own goal. Oh, he's had an absolute... Oh, so you can see exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to chest it back to McGilvery.
You don't try that when you've got a striker on you. Look, it's obvious. The striker's waiting for it.
I wouldn't say that's completely down to Lee Brown. I'm going to blame him again. That's down to Sean Raggett.
Should not be heading it back across his own goal in the first place.
Why is he not heading it forwards rather than backwards?
And then he's pathetic.
Oh,
did I say earlier? We should be putting this lot to the sword. They're poor. Look at that.
It was a good opportunity for Ronan Curtis. Just think he didn't see it because it's coming back to from the replays. Oh, so annoying. What's going on? That's not what we needed. We didn't want them back in it in the space of 8 minutes, did we? But that is the case at the moment. Level terms at Fratton Park. Pompey 1, Gillingham 1. And you would have thought still got goals in this game, Andrew. Hopefully for ourselves.
Well, we can give a few away to them, Tom. So annoying, isn't it?
It was all going so well, wasn't
Harrison
it?
doing there? Get him off the pitch, man. I'm not being funny, Tom. Harrison, I said earlier, is the weakness in this side. And he's very, very... Look at him. He doesn't even bother. He runs around like some schoolboy that just don't want to be there.
Anyway.
I'm not angry because they've scored. It's just pathetic, isn't it?
You aren't the happiest.
Oh, no, it annoys me, Tom. Because we should be hammering this lot. And we've let them get back in the game by a stupid mistake like that.
It's really, really irritating because Gillingham are a really, really poor side, and we should not be drawing against this sort of team because they are nothing special whatsoever.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's what they are. Oh my word!
It's a really rubbish pass from Marcus Harness there.
I think yes, he should have put it in front of. He should have put it in the hole and put Curtis onto it, shouldn't he?
Anyway, still plenty of time left in this one, ladies and gents. Good afternoon, a very warm welcome along to Fournilwrittenalloverit all over it. It is a warm welcome. It's a beautiful sunny day out there. We're just ticking over we're 42 and a half minutes into this one. Half time awaits us. Whatever will be added on. Stoppage time, I wouldn't have thought would be an awful lot so far. There's been a couple of stoppages for Tom Naylor to receive a bit of treatment, but other than that, Harrison again's lost out to Stuart O'Keefe.
Get him off the pitch. If you don't get him off at half time and bring on Marcus, then he's gone wrong in the head because he cannot be leaving him on the pitch. He's shocking, Tom.
Ajay Minoga's given another free kick away. Yeah, it's bit of a
How can that be a free kick to them? The guy jumped all over.
I don't know what was going on there, to be honest. Ben Clark said, like I said earlier, Raggett and Harrison shouldn't be given the privilege of wearing the Pompey shirt, as Hull City have doubled their lead. So it very much looks like, and they're playing FC Wimbledon today, so it very much looks like Pompey will need to get more than just the single solemn point on the board this afternoon in order to continue to compete. But we knew that anyway, didn't we?
We've got to be winning these games, Tom. We've got to be winning these games. We've got running out of time now, and we've got to be beating people like this.
It is only 15 games or so left after this one now. Daniel's taken the optimistic view. He said a whole second half to play and 3 out of the 4 teams around us are losing. Play at Pompey.
Daniel, good point, mate, but you must agree. we shouldn't be drawing with this lot. They're absolutely toilet, Tom. They're poor. And Crewe have beaten Sunderland 2-0.
They are. Pompey play Sunderland in just 10 days' time. That was live from 6:30 for the 7:45 kickoff on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Plenty of pre-match build-up to come. Myself and Andrew will join you for that one, alongside a whole host of guests.
That player there is the Jackson 2.
Yes,
he's
he
Jackson
is.
2.
Jackson 2. Throw-in sent towards the penalty area. Oh my God, Gillingham with a strike. And
then Raggett challenges his own
Raggett
keeper.
challenged Craig McGilvery. Oh God, what is going on here? It's all turned all of a sudden, isn't it?
How can Raggett not just leave that for his keeper? Watch this.
I don't know who the strike was from. Oliver Lee.
Great opportunity. Raggett's just got to leave it for his own keeper, hasn't he?
Oh, Raggett's almost laughable, isn't it? It's Thomas O'Connor who's trotted over to the far right-hand side between the Fratton end and the Pompey end, the north stand at Fratton Park. Short corner taken quickly. Harvey White looking to close that one down. It's a looping header over the back of the box, over the post. He'll lay it off to Jack Tucker, who's his second cross. Yeah, demonstrates the reason why he's a centre half, putting the ball in, and we will have 2 extra minutes here at Fratton Park at the end of this first half. And it was all going really well for the first 40 minutes, wasn't it? And then all the wheels have fallen off
because they didn't attack us at all, and when they did attack us,
there's a mistake, isn't it? It's a mistake.
Pathetic. It's schoolboy error.
It's a horrible error.
Marcus Harness, brilliant football there.
Oh,
what's Harrison doing again?
No, and he's conceded a foul in the process of doing that. I think Harrison's got to come off, hasn't he? He's had one of the worst halves I think I've seen him play for Pompey. It almost mirrors the Fleetwood performance that we were there to witness.
He's poor, Tom.
And it's going to be an interesting Kenny Jackett halftime chat, isn't it? Be interested to see. We definitely do not want to be 2 points down rather than a point gained, do we? The referee's having a bit of a chat with Sean Raggett, telling him your performance this afternoon has been woeful. Back your ideas up, perhaps, and probably what needs to be said to him. Despite him scoring a goal, I should add, despite him scoring a goal. Anyway, that will be almost it for Pompey in this first half. The referee, the half-time whistle is pending. Believe it is about to go. Is it or is it not? I think it has. And it will be a Gillingham throw-in on this near side. And there is the half-time whistle. Oh dear. What's happened there? That was a shocker. Right, before we speak to 4 guests that have rejoined us, Richard, Sean, Aaron and Brendan, let's just get straight into it. Let's go to Richard to start off with. Mate, that wasn't quite the first half that we wanted, was it? Brilliant for the first half an hour. What did you make of it?
Yeah, very good. Actually, I thought positives from the game: Minoga, White, Nicolaisen. Okay, I think the thing with Raggett, where he obviously had that collision with McGilvery, I think that's to try and make up for the error that he put Lee Brown in that situation. I think that's the only way I can think of it. But I think on the whole, I say what Andrew's mentioned, Harrison. I think every time I was thinking during the match of something positive, Andrew was, mentioning it as well. But the big negative is Harrison. Harrison is so laboured, doesn't like as he wants to be there. But the thing is, because of it, he's not allowed. They haven't got that sort of gel. Him and Curtis haven't got that sort of what you'd expect as a positive front two going forward. And I think if one lays it off to Harrison, then it's just like, well, you don't really know what you're going to get. But I think we still win it. But I say a bit sloppy last 5-10 minutes though. So.
Yes, that's I think that's
not excited, are we?
I think that sums it up quite well, actually, Richard. I think
not excited though, Tom, are we?
Were you as disappointed with Ellis Harrison as to if you were Mr. Kenny Jackett, and you're probably pleased that you're not, but if you were him, would you be taking Ellis Harrison off after that first half performance?
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, do we then put Marquez on and all he does is just run round for the next 45 minutes trying to chase the ball? You know, do we put somebody else up front, you know, and see? Yeah, Harrison's definitely got to come off. I think, you know, if he doesn't come off in half time, I would say 65 minutes he'll be taken off, and then and somebody up. You know,
wouldn't you think now is the time to change it? It's not working for him. He's having a poor game. Get him off and get somebody on.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't wait to 20 minutes to go, because that's probably what Kenny Jackett will do. But I wouldn't wait that long. If he changes at half time, that's a positive change in my view. But I don't think he will, because I don't think he's that tactically nuanced about the game.
That's it. So that's the thing, is it's always been the 65, 70 minute, isn't it? You know, what they start doing the changes, but then it takes them another 5-10 minutes then for that sub to come into the game, and by then it's, you know, it's too late for Pompey. But we know, I say, you know, very, very good replacement for Johnson, you know, and you know, if Johnson for, you know, a couple of weeks with the calf injury, could even be a month, say, depending on it. You know, I say what he's shown so far, his throw-ins are really good. You know, very strong. And strong in the challenge, you know, it's good.
Can I add one more positive? I think was Marcus Harness's play down the right hand side this afternoon so far. I think he's looked really good.
Again,
he has, good. And he was the reason for the goal, wasn't he? I wonder what you thought of his performance so far, Richard.
Oh, he's good, really good today. You know, I say he's shown that, you know, he wants that place ahead of Williams, and you know, say if he can keep on that in the second half, you know, he can at least provide another couple of chances. You know, same as Harvey White. You know, say he's coming on well. You know, really is. You know, he's looking strong, looking positive, and you know, he's looking for the goal, isn't he, when he gets a chance? You know, so but it's good.
Excellent, Richard. Hopefully, we'll be much happier come the end of the game. And you reckon we'll get back into this one?
Yeah, 2-1 Pompey.
Excellent. We will speak to you soon, mate. Thanks for jumping back in.
Mate. Take care. See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate.
Here comes Retro Shirt Sean. How are you, mate? Welcome along once again.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
What did you think of that first half?
Lively start. I thought Hadji, like Richard said, did really well. Really chuffed with him. I've always liked him, and you know, I think he's the future for us there. And then what happened with Brown? It was just silly mistakes. Shouldn't have done it. You know, but again, where the strikers? Harrison's just, you know, just not there today. He's just running around chasing shadows, and you know, I'd be Hulu straight away. You know, half time he should be on. I think with the pace of him and Curtis, it could be quite interesting. You know, Harness is playing well down the right, and with Charlie, you know, drifting out to the left slightly, I think it could be quite exciting. And please, no Marcus. I know you like him, Tom, but at the minute he hasn't got the goals in him. So
we need
I just
goals
think
in the second half.
We need goals, and you know, Huula's been crying out for a chance. He's pacey. Put him on, and you're catching on the wings.
You'd do that at half time, would you?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt, because Harness is just because Harness is without a doubt. You know, he's just chasing shadows. He's not adding anything to the game at all for us. And it may be, you know, that's what he needs. That's what Harrison needs, just to shake him up a bit. You know, taking off at half time shows he hasn't done a good first half. He hasn't done a good first half.
Yeah. Do you think Jackett has got it about him to do that?
We've watched for a few seasons now. We know that around about 70 minutes he starts thinking. 75 minutes something happens, and then the players come on too late to do anything. That tends to be Kenny's way. I hope I'm proven wrong. You know, why wait 15-20 minutes to see if anything changes after, you know? Yeah.
It's not going to, is it?
He's had it. No. Mrs. H was good.
Oh, Oh, there we go. We're down to about 3 from a jumbo pack of like 24. We've had loads.
Yeah, we're getting in there. We're getting in there, but it's like
excellent. What we were going to do, Sean, before we crack on with the rest of our guests, if you grab a jammy, TV magic will be ruined. But if you grab one in your hand and you don't show the camera, oh, okay, well that's sport that one then. Don't show the camera. If I go from over here and then if I go like that and you pick it up the other end.
All right, so you're on the other side of the screen from me. So how's that
I'll
going to work?
pass it through. Yeah. I'll pass it through.
So I've got to go up this way.
Go up there. I'm passing it through now. There you go. You take that through. You got it? Oh, there we go. Excellent. Brilliant. I tell you what, we'll try and do a line at full time if we're still in good spirits. We'll have a couple of people on the screen. We'll get a bit of a jammy dodger conga going on. Sean, we will see you at full time, mate, when hopefully we are still we're still happy and content with the second half football. Thanks for joining us for the time being.
Are we having another wager though on the full time result for another packet of jammy dodgers?
Oh,
is it okay then? Right, okay. I'll double and quits on it then.
Oh,
all right.
There we go.
So what are you going to say?
I think Pompey are going to win 3-1.
Well, it's funny you should say that because it's exactly what I was thinking. All right, if you got 3-1, I'm going to go. If he changes the forward line at half time, I'm going to go 4-1.
Oh,
if
wow.
he doesn't, if he waits 20 minutes, I'm going to go 2-1.
All right.
Is that fair enough?
That's fair enough.
Speak in a second, mate. Right, let's go to Aaron. Good afternoon, mate. Where are your Dodgers?
Oh, they're all over there. I've had to move away because I'm eating too many. I've actually eaten a whole packet already. It's just like, oh my God.
What did you make of that, mate?
Disappointed with the mistake. We went to sleep, gave him the goal. But the whole team are playing well, really, really well, but need to take him off. Need to take him off and bring Harula on after half time. Well, at the when we go to kick off second half, bring Harula on, and then in about 70 minutes, then take Curtis off and put Marquis on. So then we've got two different, because we still need to rest the players. We've got so many games, but the whole team has done fantastic. That first 5 minutes, we could have been 2-0 up, where it hit the post and everything. I'm gutting for him, but he's just not at the races. He is not at the races at all. So I think he should come off. Harula come on, see what he got, what he has to offer. Swap him over as well if need to. So swap positions with Curtis. So come Curtis on the other side, and then just cause an absolute nightmare for their defence. And then if it needs be, bring Curtis off in 70th minute and bring Marquis on to see how that striking partnership goes.
What's your view on what Curtis has contributed in the first half? I actually didn't think he did that much, to be honest, but that's just a personal view. He wasn't in the game that much.
No, I don't think he was. He hasn't been. It is difficult because I'm not actually watching it. I'm just watching you guys today.
Oh.
But Curtis as well, I think he needs to step up as well. Otherwise, he's going to be dropped as well. But yeah, fair enough. The times that he does the passes and everything and like the little 1-2s, all good. But he's not at the races either. But we need that striking finish. We need to score more goals to bring our goal difference back up, because we had the best goal difference for half the season, and now we're dropped to about 4 goals behind Peterborough at the moment.
Yeah.
So we need a change. We need to change. So I'll bring definitely Harula on at half time, and then after the 70th minute, bring Marquis on for Curtis, and then see what that combination brings to the side. But everywhere else, even Raggett, he's having a blinding, just that silly little mistake, and it's just cost us. But the whole team is definitely putting a shift. It's just that final third and that striker. And I do agree with you as well. When there's corners and everything, have a striker on the halfway line, so you can do the counter attack and counter break. But we're just not doing it. And then the problem with Curtis as well, he keeps dropping back and defending when he should be. Fine, fair enough. He does good when he's in defence, but he needs to be up striking position.
It's a long way forward, isn't it? From defence, if you're a striker, it's a long way to run, isn't it? You know, and that's the thing. That's why we keep saying stay up on the halfway line, even on the corners and set pieces. Stay up there, take their men out of the game. It doesn't seem to happen. There's what I think one game we did it last season when we was at Fratton Park, and I said, look at that, he's done it finally. And I can't remember when he left. It might have been somebody, one of the strikers, who put him on the halfway line when they had a corner, and I can't remember what it was, but there was one game.
Do you think at this moment? Do you think at this moment in time we can put as many strikers on halfway as you want, but we just don't want to concede another one, do we? And perhaps that's the reason why it's everyone back behind the ball. Aaron, just quickly, mate, give us your positive outlook on life, as I know you always have. How do you see the second half going, and do you reckon we'll get a result out of this one today?
Oh, well, yeah, we'll definitely get a result, but we just can't make silly little mistakes like we did. They're for the taking. We could score a mountain of goals as long as we get the right combination in our striking force. I think he's playing too much of a hoof ball when he gets nervous, so need to do that and play to feet, and then just get it onto the wings, cross it into the box, and then just get that new striking partnership. Because at the moment, I can't see the goals coming unless he actually changes that striker.
Absolutely. Aaron, we will see you at full time, mate. Thank you for jumping back in and don't eat too many Dodgers.
Oh, yeah. Lethal they are.
Cheers, mate. See you in a sec.
See you later.
Right, this is interesting. They're in two different locations today, but the gents are here. Good afternoon, chat. You've heard Ellis Harrison getting absolutely slaughtered by everyone so far. Are you still defending him with all you've got?
Well, everyone's entitled to their point of view, Tom. I've always said that. Football is a game of opinions, and everyone started slating Harrison after Tuesday night's performance online because he didn't score. He's not necessarily there to score the goals. He's there to bully the defenders and create chances for the wider men and for Curtis. That's the way I see as a target man. The target man's not there to bury the ball with his feet all the time. He's there to get it under and or flick it on and get the and make a goal in a way. Not necessarily always be the 20 goals a year striker that everyone wants us to have 4 of them in the backup.
It's how many times has Marcus had bad games and he's never been pulled off the pitch through 90 minutes at all? Now, if you equate that, I'm not saying that you should leave Harrison on for that reason. All I'm saying is, come on, gents, let's be fair to both of them. All right, if Marcus's results and his statistics, sorry, parrot's going mad. But if Harrison's results match better than Marcus's after a game or a couple of games, then you justified. Yes, I agree. If he's not doing the job, take him off. Jackett's known for not making his substitutes at the right time for us, well, for our liking, for the fans' liking. But I don't necessarily think that it's right to necessarily pull him straight off now. You never know what the second half might bring. I do agree that you should give him maybe 10, 15 minutes and then go for it, but don't leave it any later, totally.
To add what you're saying, he has made 2 number 9 type passes in the first half where we could have scored from both and didn't. And one was Harvey left foot down to the bottom corner, which obviously didn't go in. And the other one was he headed it on for Ronan Curtis, and he took a shot which the keeper saved well. So you could argue your point that you were saying that actually he was there to do that job and he did that well. But it did. But my point is, I think most people are saying it's about his attitude, his laziness. He doesn't seem to really want. He does it twice or 3 times out of 10. It doesn't really look like he wants some of it. Like to be fair to Marcus, he's always at it. He's always running it down, and he runs and chases it down.
Agreed.
He has that luck recently, but I just think he's still on the pitch, Harrison. So nothing's changed. But I just worry about his attitude towards the game.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. And if he isn't cutting the mustard, then he deserves to be dropped. I don't disagree with it. But they're 2 different players, Marcus and Harrison. You can't say they're the same. They don't do the same job completely. I agree that Harness plays off somebody like him, I think. And he also, obviously, Harness has done well today. I'm only just to let you know, I'm not watching the game today. All I'm doing is listening to it on the radio. I've not logged into a screen or anything. And I would like to see Harrison go for 10, 15 minutes. But I agree. If he's not doing it, pull him off. And I think everybody's slagging Raggett off when he had an awful game, but he's saying it. Saved our scoreline today. He scored his goal. We forget the times that he puts the ball in the back of the nets for us. You're allowed to have one bad day. Brown's had one today. And that's enough. We don't want any more.
Brown's dropped a clanger there.
He did.
You put your boot through it and put it in Rose end of the Fratton end. I'd rather concede a corner than concede a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Gents, unfortunately, that is where we're going to have to leave it because we are back underway at Fratton Park and we just had a shout for a penalty. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I got Brendan's as well.
No, I got jammy wheels. Sorry, I'm
jammy, that's all right.
I'm going to pass one through to you. Can you take it your
No,
end?
you've got to go over there. Not on my face. What are you doing?
Here we go.
No. You've got to, from this way to that way.
Yeah, there it is.
No, it's not going to work like that. It's going to end up on this side.
You do it then.
All right, let me give it here. Right, so put it across. Brendan, have you got one on your right, mate?
I'll pick it up from you, Tom.
There you go, mate. You pick that one up. There we go. Pass it to your dad. Go on.
There, Dad, you got it?
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, sorry, ran the wrong way.
There you go. Gents, we'll speak to you very soon.
See you later.
There we go. That is a little bit of fun for you here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. We absolutely love it, don't we? That was the Jammy Dodger Conga. We will try and get some more of those going for you for the rest of the afternoon. We're back underway at Fratton Park. We have been, for the last couple of moments or so. A very warm welcome to everyone who joins us live on Fournilwrittenalloverit. There was a bit of a shout for a penalty in the box. I don't think anything's going to be given for it. And we are attacking straight from the off. It was a Harvey White trip that looked like it might have been given as a penalty. But it's good afternoon to Amy, who's just made it in time for the second half. Amy, we haven't had a couple of players have had a poor first half, haven't we? We've just been discussing it during our little half-time segment. We haven't looked great, have we?
No.
In especially the last 5 minutes of that first half. I think we had a great first half an hour, culminating in a lovely goal by Sean Raggett. Brilliant work from Marcus Harness. Harvey White has done incredibly well. Gets the dead ball line, and the ball goes across, and there's no one there to attack it. Tom Naylor's on the edge of the box, and he puts one back in towards
loops it up for their keeper to get
Ellis Harrison and Cannon.
He's got nothing on that, has he?
He hasn't got an awful lot on that, no, has he? To Amy and Adam, who made the comment as well, it's not been a wonderful spectacle this afternoon so far, but we are still here nonetheless, providing you live commentary of the game. Park is currently Portsmouth 1, Gillingham 1. Ball goes again. It's a ball that results in absolutely nothing from Harvey White there.
His intention was right, but he was just a little bit ahead of the game.
I've had way too many jammy dodgers. I'm feeling incredibly bloated, so make sure we don't eat any more. Make sure we don't eat any more of those.
For dinner, Tom.
Well, in that case, we should definitely not be eating any more, should we?
No, not eating anymore. Oh, they're making a change.
No, they're not. That's Ryan Jackson.
Oh, it's Jackson 2.
There's Jackson 2. Jackson 2 for Gillingham on that near side. Andrew's moving his arms about. We are approaching 50 minutes in this one. Ronan Curtis has tried to find Harvey White working his way down the left-hand side, but it wasn't to be, and it'll be a Gillingham throw on this near side. Still one apiece at Fratton Park. So you would imagine that it'll be another long old throw from Ryan Jackson into the penalty area. We are live on Fournilwrittenalloverit. It just ticked over into 50 minutes.
Guy sitting in his house stand with a laptop.
Yeah.
Looking towards the Fratton end with his laptop. Why would that be?
I'm not quite sure. Marcus Harness with
is he waiting for the break?
Ball away, and Ronan Curtis was the man waiting on halfway, by the way, Andrew.
Yep, that's better though, Tom, isn't it?
Much better. Absolutely. Nicolaisen now. He's done well to find Lee Brown and Harvey White now. Brilliant football. Andy Cannon
is a very good footballer.
He's looking to dispatch it quite soon as he's got a Gillingham pink shirt hot on his tails. Eventually it's a long ball up in the direction of Ellis Harrison, and the keepers come and it was not a very nice one from Ellis Harrison, to be honest. The rest
might have twisted his knee there.
Oh yeah. On comes Bobby Backick.
I think he'd be all right, Tom. I think he'd a bit of a knock.
The doctor's come on as well. Not the Doctor. Not Doctor Who. It could be Doctor Who. Never know. Could be the next one. Pompey Azza says he still believes we'll win 3-1, but why make us sweat and stress? Harrison's trying to avoid an injury as soon as to preserve his proposed move to Barca as Messi's like-for-like replacement. Well, seeing as he's getting old now, I wouldn't... yeah. That's quite funny, isn't it?
That's very funny.
Ellis Harrison's still down on the deck now. I think it's time for your next joke, Andrew. Do you want to give it to us?
No, not too late at all.
Oh, that's a shame. It would be great if you could, because there's a pause in play. I've got nothing to commentate on. It's kind of the reason why I suggested that you make one. No?
Do the people in Dubai, Tom, people in Dubai or the people in the United Arab Emirates, do the people in Dubai like the Flintstones, or do the people in United Arab Emirates like the Flintstones? Now, anyway, people won't understand this joke, they understand geography that well, but what's the answer to that, Tom? The people in Dubai?
I don't know, mate. What is the answer to that?
The people in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people in the UAE, abadoo-doo-doo-doo.
Abadabadoo, you mean?
Abadabadoo.
Yeah. You messed that one up a little bit, didn't you? Abadabadoo-doo, yeah. There we go. There's your joke for the afternoon. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Oh, Nicolaison's down in pain on the floor. Couple of knocks being...
Is the ref going to do anything here?
Yeah, he's going to stop the play and just go and check if Rasmus Nicolaisen is okay. We are in the wars at the minute, aren't we?
What's happened to him?
If
Not a lot, I don't think.
No,
he's
just...
that Oliver guy again, isn't it? He's a bully, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not... Yeah,
He's
I agree. I agree. Things have turned from bad to worse for Charlton Athletic this afternoon. Darren Pratley's been sent off in their game at home to Blackpool. They are now down to 10 men and 2-0 down. Charlie's loving the joke. There we go. Glad you enjoyed that. Ipswich have doubled their lead against Doncaster Rovers. It's Ipswich Town 2, Doncaster 0. I can think of one man that will be very happy. Kenny Jackett's trousers today, Andrew.
Yes, spot on.
What are you thinking? They look all right. They're nice.
I think
nicely cut, those ones.
I think he's borrowed them off of Ainsworth at Wickham.
Well, they weren't that tight, were they? Crikey.
They're tighter than average.
They were tighter than normal. Normally, they're sort of dangling around his
Normally
his
he's got
shins.
he's got his granddad trousers on, the green ones.
Normally, he's got his granddad trousers on.
Not today, though, Tom.
No, that's a terrible,
that's
terrible free kick.
Then. Brilliant from Nicolaisen. It's just behind Curtis, but he gets a toe on it.
Harvey White. It's all right. We're all right.
Brazil.
We're okay. It is frustrating to see
That's
everyone.
A good ball. That is a good ball. Now's your chance. Bring it in a little bit. Oh, what is he doing with that?
To Curtis. Header.
Tom, look where he took it in. He had plenty of space to come in then. Why did he cross it so early? Not Curtis. Right hand side. Who was it? Harrison? No, who was it that put the ball in?
What, just then?
Yeah, who was it? Who?
No, Harula's not in the pitch, mate.
Who's the other guy at the back we talked about earlier? Who's having a good game?
Haji Manoga.
Yeah, it was Haji, I think, put the ball in. But he put it in too early. He could have taken another 10 metres, 15, 20 metres, I think. Could have got right into the penalty area and then whipped it into Curtis. Would have been a much better chance. This guy here, I mean, sitting that way, looking that way.
Read that one off from Harvey Williams.
What's that in?
Go on.
The lifeguard told me, stop weeing in the pool. I said, why? Everyone else is doing it. He said, yes, but not from the top diving board.
That's very good. Like that one. Thank you for that, Harvey. Much appreciated, mate. That's really sort of brought the quality back up in terms of the jokes on the channel, because they haven't been the best, have they? 55 minutes has been played now.
The snail one was pretty good.
Here at Fratton Park. I like the one about the airing cupboard and the flies. That was very good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was the original. Anyway, 56 minutes has been played now. Sean Raggett was the goal scorer, Mr. Meads. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, the legend's there.
The
isn't
legend's in. He's joined us a bit late, asking who the goal scorer was, and it was Mr. Sean Raggett, would you believe? Everything sort of went a bit downhill from there, to be honest, legend, didn't it, Andrew?
Well, nothing's happened since then, really, apart from the mistake at the back from Brown, who's chested it down to McGilvery, and unfortunately, their striker's nipped in and gone, thanks very much. Ronan Curtis has done really well there. Really, really well. Harrison goes down again.
He's won a free kick on this occasion, Mr. Ellis Harrison. There'll be a change coming.
Andy Cannon wants the ball.
And if it's going to be a Pompey one or not, perhaps it might be a Gillingham one. Oh, we have got a change.
We have.
I can tell you, Alex is very, very excited by the prospect of that, Sean. Having spoken to him about it at lengths, told him all about Mr. Paul Cook.
What?
Also,
is Cookie going there?
Cookie, yeah.
Is he gone or is
he's going? Perhaps.
It's not confirmed.
Not confirmed at all, but the rumour's rather strong. Here we go. Cannon.
Good stuff.
Harvey
It's
White.
good football, Tom.
Ball up to Ronan Curtis.
It's great football.
On the spin. He's done really well. Lee Brown into the box. Oh, and a free kick's been given against Pompey just as Brown squares it and Harrison.
What foul was it?
To be fair,
Did you see a foul?
The whistle did go.
When?
Very soft.
Come on, referee. It's absolutely appalling.
Very soft from Lee Brown.
No, it didn't touch him. He just fell over him, mate. Look.
Ellis Harrison has been taken off.
You're joking, ref.
And it is
well,
Johnny Marquis.
Well, I don't like to say it, Tom,
much to Sean's dislike.
Well, also to Brandon's dislike as well, because he was and his dad was saying keep him on the pitch. Obviously they've seen what we saw at half time. He's not getting enough of it.
No,
and he needs to wake up and
be just like Marquis to go and stab a couple in now, wouldn't it?
He will now. Marquis will come on and score a couple because he needs to, doesn't he? It's Andy Cannon, and that's well to intervene then straight away by Marquis. Great,
looking to make an impact.
Yeah, but you watch him, Tom. He will not stop. He'll work and work and work.
I do. There is the sort of
we talk about number nines and people are playing in that position, but it's fair enough. But Marquis does score some goals, not as many as he has done. Hasn't done it recently. But go back 6 games, and he was banging him in for toffee, wasn't he?
He was.
And look at him, how aggressive he is. He really wants it. He really wants it, and that's what you want from a blue shirt. You want people who are interested and want to get on with the game.
Saying Harrison isn't, perhaps?
No, he's not. He's not interested. He's just doing a job. He's not. The passion that Marquis shows for me, it outweighs. And a player that plays with passion, plays for our football club, the way we love our football club and wear our blue shirts. That's how it happens, isn't it?
Good afternoon to
Marcus. Look at him.
To Dario, joins us all the way from Buenos Aires in Argentina. If you like Dario, just joining the stream or recently joined us, make sure you leave us a like, drop us a subscribe as well if you're brand new.
Isn't it?
Buenos tardes.
Oh, buenos tardes. Sorry, I don't speak much Spanish. I know
Buenos tardes.
Have a chat.
It might be buenos dias, in fact, because it's the morning.
Yeah, it's buenos dias.
3 hours before. No, afternoon still. Still afternoon.
Welcome him, Tom, in Spanish then.
Hola. Bienvenidos a este stream del fútbol, del partido del fútbol. Y somos nosotros. I'm trying to think of the word for 60. 60 minutos en el arena. En la clock. What's the word for clock in Spanish?
Here we go.
His harness working his way down the right-hand side as he was doing all the first half. That cross is a brilliant Harvey White in the half volley. Oh, it was probably heading wide, to be honest.
Keeper's given us a corner there.
Keeper has given us a corner. It was a
good little lad, don't he?
It's a difficult one. I wanted to get his left-footed volley in there, Harvey White. It's not a bad effort from the boy. Oh, it's off the freaking line!
Oh, Raggett missed it.
Oh, that was Lee, but Tom Naylor. My word.
Great header from Ronan Curtis. Header on, look.
Oh! Ronan Curtis to take the subsequent corner for Pompey. Here it comes. We've played an hour. Oh, Ragger, and it's loose in the box and headed away. Not conclusively. Ball back in from Cannon. Referee blows up for a free kick. Oh, it was a glancing header there from Tom Naylor. It all stemmed from that Harvey White effort, actually. It's been a good minute or two for Pompey. It was the Harvey White effort on goal, followed by a Tom Naylor glancing header across. And so Lincoln City have equalised against Plymouth Argyle. They are back on level terms, having gone 2 goals down.
No surprise there.
No surprise there. Plymouth will not be happy that they've thrown that 2-goal lead away against the league leaders.
They are vulnerable though, Tom.
Harvey White's doing really well here though, Andrew.
He is, yeah.
Really pleased with what we've seen from him so far this afternoon. Plenty of time left to go in this one. We've got more than half an hour perhaps on the clock. Ball goes up. 62.5 minutes has been played. Lee Brown looking to deal with this one better than he did the previous. Don't chest it back from that distance. He's learnt his lesson. Andy Cannon on the spin.
Brilliantly well
He's
done,
wriggled his way out of that impending challenge. It's actually a penalty converted at home park by George Grant for Lincoln City. Here come Pompey. Curtis driving down the left-hand side. He's going to put a first-time left-footed cross in. That one's deep and over the crossbar. It's an absolute disgrace of a ball.
Pants, that is.
Not good. Still 1-1 here at Fratton Park.
Done all the hard work there, Tom. All the hard work down the right-hand side. Great football from Marcus again. Great football from Harvey White again. Great football from Andy Cannon. Gets it down and Ronan, does everything right, whips the ball in. But over the crossbar. It was a bit of a poor effort from him, really.
Anyway.
Get on with it, Bonham. You haven't come here for a point, Mush.
They have.
They come here for.
Well, we haven't
get away with it, haven't they?
We haven't come here for a point, have we? We haven't turned up today for a point. We've turned up today for a win.
We need to win this time, especially as the results at the moment, other than Hull, are going for us, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Especially if Lincoln get a draw.
Sean, retro shirt Sean, is not happy with the cross from Curtis there.
No, but he's not.
Not happy at all. Darren from Vancouver said, this is Fortress Fratton. Why the hell are they making hard work of this? Darren, you are completely spot on with that, mate. And I can't quite understand why. We're now 64 minutes in and it's looking like a lot of hard work for Pompey to work their way back into this one. Having said that, it's been a decent couple of opportunities in the last couple of minutes. Sean Raggett gives it to Harvey White in a difficult position for the youngster.
Well,
John Mock was trying to win it back.
You did well, Harvey, then.
The referee's blown up for another free kick for Lincoln City, for Gillingham. Anyway. Anyway. Pompey haven't drawn for 4 games. Gillingham haven't drawn in 5. It's looking like it is going to be a draw in this one. At this moment in time, if Pompey can pluck something from somewhere, because it's looking more and more difficult. Hull City now 3-0 up against AFC Wimbledon, so they are really making their mark on that game. This now means that Pompey have got it all to do, and we've still got it all to do. And Sean's trying to fit in another jammy dodger just to ease the pain a little bit. And Lincoln have made it 3-2 at home park. Brilliant play. Harness received it from Minoga. Going to give it back to him perhaps, or he goes alone, Harness. Back onto his left foot. Naylor tries to play him in. Hewulas. Oh, my God. What are we doing? Why is everyone firing it over the crossbar?
It's not Hewula. It's Haji.
Haji Minoga, sorry. It's another George Grant penalty for Lincoln. And it's 3-2 to the visitors at home park. Come from 2 behind, they're winning 3-2.
Did think that was going to happen, to be fair.
Yeah, we did. Anyway.
So
it's actually...
This is what we keep saying, Tom. We should be playing the football that Lincoln are playing, and they've got a great manager in Appleton, haven't they, who plays some fantastic football. I see them getting promoted, mate. I really do. Out of the teams in and amongst it, they look like the best team, I think, at the present time.
Minoga was late to that challenge. Referee tries to play the advantage, but comes back to give the free kick. It's all extremely amicable between Hajid Minoga and the gentleman that he committed the foul on, whose name is Thomas O'Connor. And this free kick is from a dangerous area for Gillingham. Gillingham prepare it in from the left-hand touchline. It's not a dangerous ball, and Sean Braggett is there to get rid of it. It's a shot from distance, and that's almost in a different postcode from Thomas O'Connor. Closer to goal than Curtis was a couple of minutes ago, but there we go. Sorry. Oh. Dear me, I'm sorry for yawning down your screens, ladies and gents, but it's been one of those afternoons today, isn't it? Anything else to say about this game, Chappelle?
Not at the minute, so I'm just a little bit... I still see us going on to win it, Tom. I feel it. God dare I say it, they don't have too much of a threat, do they? But I think we've got to be very careful because we've got to get a couple, get one at least now, soon, and maybe another one to seal it because we could end up at 1-1 otherwise, or even worse.
Oh, God, don't say that.
Well, it happens to us quite a lot, doesn't it, when we're not playing that well and we're not playing brilliantly.
Oh, referee, stop blowing up for fouls in Gillingham's favour.
He's giving us nothing, is he?
It's felt extremely one-sided so far, isn't it?
Yeah. Where's the foul then? Where is it? Can you see it?
I saw the arm from Sean Raggett, perhaps.
His elbow in his eye, didn't he?
But it does seem very, very one-sided. Nearly 70 minutes has been played in this one. Good afternoon to everyone who joins us live on Fournilwrittenalloverit. It's a header, and it's now Gillingham on the attack. This is Jordan Graham. Ball goes in. Thomas O'Connor can't get on the end of it. And he has it down by the left-hand corner flag. And Lee Brown conclusively gets that one away. He's done well. Minoga heads it down, and Tom Naylor will put his boot through it.
Oh, great
and that's
ball.
A great header on, and he's caught offside.
How can Curtis be offside from there?
I don't know.
He's got to be watching the line, isn't he? Was he offside?
Sorry, what did you say?
Was he offside then?
Yeah, he was.
Was he? They're taking their time on everything, aren't they?
Anyway. Now, as I said, heading towards 70 minutes, Harness with the touch.
Nicolaison's done well there.
Minoga. Oh, excuse me. Going along to halfway. Brett Pittman has scored for Swindon Town on 70 minutes to make their lead 2-1. It's a shame our strikers can't score. Minoga down the line to Harness. Harness is just going to watch that one trickle away from him. And 20 minutes to go. Score is still 1-1. Adam, to be honest, mate, it would be really difficult to pinpoint a good player for Pompey, to be honest. I think Harvey White's probably been our brightest spark.
Harness is playing well.
Marcus Harness has done well. He did a lot for the goal. And this is looking ever dangerous from Gillingham, and it's a strike. And that was the opportunity for Valaine Oliver to double his score, his goal tally for the afternoon. And also double Gillingham's lead. Sorry. No, not double Gillingham. Well, yeah, well.
No, just to get them in the lead.
Get them in the lead. Hello to Kit the Brit, all the way from California. We never know which Pompey going to turn up, do we? Absolutely, Kit. It's very strange. Luna said this lot don't want it enough. If they did, they would destroy teams like this. Just not good enough.
Kindy's
again.
coming on. He's
and
dangerous.
John Akinde is coming on.
He's dangerous too.
Kit the Brit, if you haven't yet subscribed, mate, we'll keep you up to date with all the Fournil written all over it. We keep up to date with Fournil written all over it. Also keep up to date with all the football that goes on at Fratton Park and also further afield. Look at that. You're not in the mood, are you, son? I can tell.
No, I'm not.
But make sure you subscribe, Kit the Brit. Will be much appreciated. Pompey, pick up the ball. Minoga to the right. Cannon in field to Tom Naylor. Here he is, twisting and turning. He's still got it.
Really, really well.
He's still got it, and he's taken it all the way down to the corner. And Marcus Harness has it now on the edge of the box. Minoga finds Harvey the D, and Pompey have it through Harvey White, and it's too far. Too much on it. And that's unlucky. John Akinde is on the pitch for Gillingham, as Andrew's quite rightly said.
Don't like him, Tom. He's damaged us enough times in the past.
He's damaged us when he's played for Barnet, sorry, not Burton.
Remember that night away at Burton?
I remember that night as well.
Oh.
When we went to the wrong Barnet. Remember that?
It was the wrong ground initially, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, only because they'd moved.
He's an absolute monster.
He's dangerous.
Look at the size of him.
He scored against us that night and beat us when they beat us 1-0 at Barnet. Remember that Wednesday night? And I dropped my hot dog. Remember,
You did drop. You dropped your hot dog in the toilet.
20 minutes to get the hot dog from this pikey little stand.
I think that's probably the phrase of the afternoon. Steve Tucker said on Facebook, consistently inconsistent.
It's not over yet, guys. They've got that danger man Akinde on a pitch, who's a worry for me because he's lethal.
Bit worried that he is going to cause us problems.
For him, to be honest with you, mate, because he's probably one of the best strikers I've seen for a long time. He's very, very dangerous.
Doncaster Rovers has got one back against Ipswich Town. The score is now 2-1 at Portman Road. Back here at Fratton Park, Ronan Curtis has won a header and he's found Marcus Harness. And Harness will trying to commence a counter-attack for Pompey, and Ronan Curtis is chasing the ball down in anger. And as Abby's quite rightly said, it is incredibly hard to get excited about Pompey these days, and there is always that element of disappointment that's presented to us in every game. Wigan have taken the lead against Peterborough United. It is Peterborough United 0, Wigan 1, and I'll be surprised if that remains the scoreline for the rest of the afternoon. Quarter of an hour.
That's why I keep saying it, Tom. We keep talking about it. We've got to be.
Would you like me to pull the blind down a bit?
That's
more?
all right. We've got to be beating teams like this. We have got to beat teams like this and not give ourselves the opportunity to drift another 2 points away from the top pack, Tom.
Minoga's had a lot of long old runs this afternoon, and I'll be very surprised if the referee doesn't blow up for a free kick, but he's not going to.
He's giving everything to them, not to us.
It does seem incredibly one-sided. 15 minutes to play.
God, why are you running away from him, Raggett? Get into him, you donkey. God, run with the man, with the ball. Give him space. Don't let him get his cross in.
Oh, Brown just gifted it back to them again. Straight back to Ryan Jackson, the Jackson 2. And again, Daniels. Here will come back. Jordan Graham. Charlie Daniels is an option for Kenny Jackett on the bench this afternoon. Ryan Jackson's stolen it from Harvey White, but luckily Pompey have managed to win it back through courtesy. Oh, that's got to be got to go in the book for that. Stuart O'Keefe, you dirty bugger.
That is his trademark. O'Keefe always just gets in the way. If he wants to stop a man, he'll stop him.
Yeah.
Watch him stop him. Look, here he goes. Bang.
How he thought he was going to get away with that, I do not know.
He didn't, but he stopped him getting away, didn't he? Look, we're away then, weren't we?
It's the most blatantly obvious yellow card
You wish you hadn't done that.
you will ever see. Here comes Ronan Curtis, and results could
Oh.
appeal to Pompey. Lino, that's right in front of you, mate. Christ.
The referee is very consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, a bit like Pompey. Surprised. I regarded him as quite a good one. Oh, anyway. Not good. I would like to see Kenny Jackett make a change at some point this afternoon. It is now surpassed the 75-minute mark when changes are normally made.
This 50-yard hoofball in the air, Tom, is getting us nowhere.
It's getting quite boring as well, might I add. 77 minutes has been played.
Oh.
Ball is, I don't know how it's managed to find Gillingham, but it has. And here's Carl Dempsey, the visitors' captain.
We're making it too easy for them. Get into
Jordan
him,
Graham
Hartley.
just outside the penalty area. Graham with a step over. My word, that could have easily been 2-1.
Why are we not making the tackles outside the box? Why are we not? Why are we giving them too much room?
Two clear opportunities for Gillingham to go 2-1 up. Oliver is doing all the work up top for them. And Pompey...
He jumped. Look, watch Raggett.
It's a clench of the bum cheeks every time Gillingham get in the box, isn't it?
Why is Raggett not jumping for it?
It's Ronan Curtis who is being retracted from this afternoon's proceedings, and it will be Ryan Williams to come on for Pompey. That is the next change to be made with just 12 and a bit minutes on the clock. And here is that change. And we have not got long left on the clock for Ryan Williams to make a change. Perhaps Retro Shirt Sean is right in what he says in terms of Pompey players not being given enough opportunity to make their mark on the
He's not happy.
on the game.
He's not happy with that.
He's not happy at all. He's taken the strapping of his wrist off, Ronan Curtis. He's chucked it on the ground in anger. And
in protest.
Andrew, a double pack of jammy Dodgers from Retro Shirt Sean that we concede in the last 10 minutes. That is not negative at all.
Who's that? Retro. He's gone double packet.
He's gone double packet.
Because he thinks we're going to.
He thinks we're going to concede in the last 10 minutes. Not happy at all. He's normally very calm and composed, is our Retro Shirt Sean. So I'm surprised that he's
had a late night.
His chimp's come out massively today.
His chimp's out. His chimp's out, mate.
Absolutely.
He wants to calm down a little bit.
I get there was a lot of animosity.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet, Retro.
Andrew Lancaster said, we need a goal, and Geordie sits on the bench still. This manager is a joke. The legend Sean Meads wants to know if we look like scoring, Andrew. If he says no, I'm off to wash my hair. Do we look like scoring?
No.
Go and wash your hair, Sean, mate. Go and wash your hair. Anyway. Last 10 minutes to go. Raggett challenges the ball. It is away from Jordan Graham as far as halfway. Rasmus Nikolaisen will jump on that one and fire it straight back across Gillingham bows.
What
Naylor heads in field.
There was about 15 headers then. It's like schoolboy stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Get the football on the deck and pass it to somebody.
As we tick over into 80 minutes, Andrew's frustration is obvious and
laughable, Tom.
It's not good, is it? It's not good at all. Minoga turns one way, then turns the other, then eventually finds Marcus Harness. This is Rasmus Nikolaisen now for Pompey. Plymouth have equalised. It is 3-3 at Home Park for their game against Lincoln City.
Now's the time to take advantage, isn't it? Peterborough losing, they're drawing. Hull are the only team.
Get on it, Pompey.
Doncaster are losing. We've got to win this game.
It's Conor Grant that's levelled things up back here at Fratton Park. Harvey White's lost out. Oh, it's a good challenge from Rasmus Nikolaisen, who's
great challenge.
Giving it straight back. And Raggett.
Don't worry, Raggett's got the touch of a salmon.
Rackett's done very well to find Lee Brown there by his standards.
He has, yeah, by his standards.
Andy
he
Cannon.
passed the ball.
By his standards, he's turned up. Andy Cannon.
That's a great ball from Andy Cannon.
Oh, is it?
It would have been. It would have been.
Oh, referee, what are you playing at? That's not a card. What? It's not a card.
It's a 50-50 ball. He's a donkey. The referee is a complete donkey.
It's not a card. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a card. Sorry. That is a card. He's nowhere near the ball. Quite rightly so. My apologies. I'm going to go back on that massively. 8 minutes plus whatever's added on at the end of regulation time at Fratton Park, and Minogue knew that he wasn't going to get anywhere near that. Anyway. There's Mr. Kenny Jackett chewing his gums. He so often is. It's back-to-back away journeys that follow this one for Pompey. Doncaster Rovers join us from 6 o'clock on Tuesday night for that one. We'll also be live at the same time next Saturday, 2:15, for our away game at Northampton Town, where we might see Bryn Morris again. Hey! John Marquis is just, he's not done an awful lot for me, is he?
Yeah, and much of time them giving him the ball, are they? At least in the first half, Harrison was getting some balls played to him. At the minute, it was just it's ping pong, isn't it? Just booting it anywhere. This is you got to play the ball to him, haven't you? We said that about Marcus.
Naylor in the middle of Pompey's half, lays it off to the right-hand side. Williams working down the right-hand side. Bright spark for Pompey. Ball goes in and it's away quite easily from Stuart O'Keefe. And that will be a Pompey throw-in on this, on that far side, on the north stand side of the pitch. We are approaching the last 7 or so minutes here at Fratton Park. Miscontrolled, and Gillingham will clear up to halfway. And that will be Sean Raggett's throw-in to take. He's actually going to throw it up to Hajid Minogue in order to take. Still, will it be... will that win for Pompey in 2003 still be the previous time we've beaten them on home soil at Fratton Park? We'll have to wait and see. Arjun Daziu was the goal scorer on that day. Takes you back. Rasmus Nikolaisen is... Oh, God.
Nearly suicide.
Nearly suicide. It's been an example of a lot of mistakes. This is going to be a questionable substitution for many of us Pompey fans, but Hajid Minogue has been taken off and Jack Watmore has been popped on for the last 6 minutes of the game. I'm not quite sure what the thinking is there, Andrew.
I don't know either. I love Jack Watmore, but Minogue's done really well, hasn't he?
Wonder how
he's going to hold on for the 0-0 1-1 draw.
He better not.
That's what he's looking to do.
We've got to go for it.
Forward that like Minogue's been getting forward. Jack doesn't do that.
Peterborough United have equalised against Wigan. That is now level terms.
They're probably going to win that now because they will.
5 minutes to go now here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. We're live across the world here on YouTube and Facebook. Myself and Andrew taking you through Portsmouth versus Gillingham this afternoon. The score, as you can see on your screen, is currently 1-1. Hopefully it won't be by the time we get to full time. We are live until just after 5 o'clock, giving you all the very best reaction from a whole host of guests that will join us very shortly after the full-time whistle.
Make a freaking tackle. Get into them. Well done, Harvey. At least he had a go.
He did have a go. Oh, it's a good cross, and it was Akinde that rose the highest
there. More chances in the last 10 minutes than we've had in the second half.
Yeah, it's not been a good second half performance from Pompey at all.
It wasn't a very good first half, was it?
It hasn't been a very good performance overall, to be fair, has it?
We don't deserve to win it, Tom, and I'm afraid to say we don't.
Would you believe it? Johnson Clark Harris has scored for Peterborough. again.
2-1 to them?
No, 1-1. That was, sorry. Should have made that clearer. 4 minutes to play now. Here comes Marcus Harness. He's probably man of the match for Pompey so far, but it's not a good ball from him. And Jack Tucker.
No pressure on Jack Tucker there. He was on his own, in his own penalty area, waiting for the ball to drop.
Andy
no
Cannon
one challenged it.
to Williams, who shoots. And again, Jack Tucker, that one will be behind. Oh.
For a fucking goal kick.
For a goal kick. As the legend Sean Meads has quite rightly said, a home point against these lot is not good enough.
No, it's not.
At all.
I don't like to say it, Tom, but, and I said it last week, I don't see us getting promoted out of this league this season, playing the last 6 games we've played. And I love this football club, you know that, but I just got to be honest about it. I don't think it ain't good enough, is it? It ain't good enough. Tactically inept, as we keep saying.
It's just been rubbish.
It's freaking boring. That's what it is. You can't say that about your own team, but it is, isn't it?
It's been a really, really lackluster afternoon for us.
And he can't excuse it. Can't excuse it at all. This is a poor Gillingham side.
Oh, and Johnson Clark Harris has scored again for Peterborough. They are now 2-1 up.
So that's Peterborough and Hull both winning.
At the start of the afternoon, it looked like we were going to see Lincoln and Peterborough both dropping points, and now they're both, well...
Because they're better
I think
outfits.
Lincoln
They're
is
good
still
footballing
drawing.
teams, Tom. They're good footballing teams, and we're not.
Oh, Dempsey, edge of the box, took a strike at the ball, and Craig McGilvery had to get down low quickly and make sure that one went wide. Anyway, it's not been great so far this afternoon, ladies and gents. If you, I think it actually hit the post. Again, it's opened up for John Akinde working his way down this right-hand side. Lee Brown looks absolutely shattered as John Akinde trying to find a bit of space. Eventually, the ball is worked out the right-hand side to Ryan Jackson. Jordan Graham will look to put a ball in. Cannon's doing some defending. He's done well, and Harvey White fires into Rosette of the south stand. And it'll be a Gillingham throw down by the corner flag on this near side. Still 1-1. Probably still lucky to be 1-1, Andrew.
Sadly, Tom, you're absolutely right. And I fancied him to nick one. I think I was going to buy some double
pack of Jammy Dodgers.
I've already owed him 1 pack
from
last week's game.
There were 16 biscuits in there to start the afternoon, and there's about 3 left now. Harvey White. Oh, my word. It's a header which is wide of the post. It's a really decent opportunity for Robbie Cundy.
I think you could say that Gillingham, actually, I said they're a very poor outfit. They've embarrassed us this afternoon.
They have.
Embarrassed us again, look.
McGilvery clears on with the ball again.
What's going on? The last 2 minutes of the game, at home to Gillingham, look at it. They're all over us like a rash. We should be all over them, shouldn't we? This is not a promotion-winning side. We've said it enough times, but I'm concerned that we are going to drop point after point after point.
The only thing that is good to see is that scream loud and clear from Craig McGilvery of keeper that I just heard come ringing through my ears.
It's pathetic, Tom. Look at it.
Oh, Naylor's been absolutely battered this afternoon, hasn't he? It's Pompey. It's been a bit of a clash of heads, actually. It's a Pompey free kick just outside the centre circle. Oh, yeah, they headed each other. Lovely. 3 minutes of added time.
Three minutes of torture.
Yes. Okay for receiving treatment for a bit of a clash of heads between Tom Naylor and the man himself, Stuart O'Keefe, ex-Pompey player, of course. Andrew said we'll be lucky to reach playoffs. This club does not want it. It's not what we like to hear. Nathan said it's not a playoff. It's not even a playoff side, Andrew.
No, he's right. It's not.
And Kit asks, how on earth did we beat Oxford?
Only by luck.
It's been really poor today.
We should take our time with this for a free kick because there's plenty of time left.
Oh, Marcus Harness has won a corner in the last couple of moments for Pompey. It's a do or die moment.
Anything come up on there?
No, sadly not. I would tell you about it if it had. Could this be last chance saloon for Pompey? In comes the swinger from Harvey White.
Oh, no one there.
It's not a bad delivery. His deliveries have been pretty decent, to be
It's
fair.
brilliant, yeah, but there's no one there on it, is there?
Charlton are now down to 9 men and they're 3-0 down at home to Blackpool. Afternoon could be going worse, I suppose.
Not really. It's Gillingham at home. What do you say about this, Kenny, after the game? Gillingham have become a good outfit. Fair play to them. They played well. All right. How about we play well for a change?
I don't think we've played well since the 16th of December, apart from that Charlton Athletic game.
Yeah.
We haven't been convincing, have we?
No.
Anyway, here comes Jack Watmore. Charging forward now. Finds Harness on the right-hand side. Puts the ball in. Header. Second ball clicked up. And it's a shot from Jack Watmore. And that'll be a corner. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick. I thought that'd be a corner. Jack Bonham looked concerned when that one came in. And if this is a corner, I'm going to be upset with the referee. It's difficult to tell, actually, isn't it? Oh, anyway. That is probably it, to be honest, here at Fratton Park, ladies and gents. I'm really sorry to say. What was that from Nicolaisen? Oh, my God. Here comes John Akinde. Oh, it's a big save from Craig McGilvery. The chance of the game to get another goal in from John Akinde. And that one will be a goal kick. God, thank the Lord for Craig McGilvery. What on earth?
We should have lost it.
Oh. And I can confirm that that is it. That is it now at Fratton Park. The full-time whistle was gone. Are you off?
Quick wait, yeah, desperate.
The full-time whistle's gone here at Fratton Park, and it has finished. Pompey 1, Gillingham 1. All the full-time reaction to come very shortly from myself, Andrew, Richard, Retro Shirt, Sean, Aaron with his turtles, as well as Brandon and Mike as well. But before we get on to any of that, let's see what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit over the next coming weeks. So what a poor result that was. Anyway, we move on to next Tuesday. Doncaster Rovers are our opponents at Fratton Park. Away from home, that one is up in South Yorkshire, followed by Northampton Town. And then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, is live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit Tuesday, the 9th of March. And I can tell you, breaking news, Plymouth have beaten Lincoln City, albeit the whistle hasn't gone, but it's 4-3 now. And then we're off to I can't get back to the promos. We're off to this place. Portsmouth versus Salford City, live from Wembley Stadium, Saturday, the 13th of March. Join us from 2 o'clock for the build-up. That one's also available on Sky Sports Football. But the only place to watch it is here with us on 4-0, as you know by now. Then it's 2 crucial League One games, looking even more crucial as the weeks go by. Peterborough United versus Portsmouth, live with us here on Fournilwrittenalloverit Tuesday, the 16th of March from 6. Then join myself and Mr. Alex Griffin Saturday, the 20th of March from 1:45. Kickoff is at 3. And we are now going to... I'm getting old, Richard. I had to put my glasses on to read off the screen there. That went pear-shaped, didn't it?
What a load of old rubbish that was.
Oh.
And what I watched, I was chuckling to myself, actually, when people were saying, we're not even a playoff team. I'm hoping that we do get in the playoffs and stay. But then again, I'm thinking, I hope we don't, because I just can't go through another 2 extra matches of the season if we play like this every week. Absolutely dreadful.
You don't want to get in the playoffs, did you say?
I think we will get in the playoffs, obviously, but it's just that thing of you know, the way we're playing, it's week in, week out. You know, it's just poor performance. You know, we seem to play well in the midfield. We got White, Cannon, you know, was a workhorse again today. But it's just the final third. You know, there's nothing there, is there? You know, no clear cut chances at all. You know, and Gillingham, you know, actually did look good for the win. I think. You
Do
know,
we really want?
I think that, you know, they look good. You know, to get obviously the second goal. You know, if but you know, luckily enough they didn't. But not good at all.
I think the thing is, as you say, do we want to get in the play? We should get in the playoffs. We may not get in the playoffs playing like that. Is my opinion. Saying that, even if we do playing like that, we won't win the playoffs. That's for sure. So, is there any real point in going in the playoffs at this point? Because we're just going to get frustrated, aren't we? Like we are now. We're all Pompey fans. We all love it. But actually, if anyone could tell me they enjoyed that game and the game against Oxford, I struggled with that. We won the game. We all go away happy. But actually, we shouldn't be happy because we're playing very, very poorly. It is very, very sad to see the great players we've got, the attitude of the management team there to make changes and tell them what to do. The players shouldn't need to be told what to do, of course. But if you haven't got the right formation, not passing the ball to each other, this long ball from the back that we played most of the second half, lumping it forward, trying to get John Marcus on the end of it. The first half will work better than that with a strong player like Harrison.
Can I just say to you and Richard now, mate, the situation is with Pompey. I'm looking at the league table and comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but we sit fourth now. There is now a 4-point gap between us and third place Hull City, albeit they have 2 games in hand on us. Sorry, we have 2 games in hand on them. But it is a case, isn't it? And thank you for your input there, Andrew. We'll come back to that point in just a moment. But we have got to now win those games in hand, Richard, and that is looking less and less likely with the performances we've seen in the last couple of weeks, isn't it?
It is, you know, Doncaster, Sunderland, Peterborough, you know, 3 massive games there, you know, and it's a case of, you know, if you're looking at today's performance, Tuesday's performance, you know, yes, okay, we got the win, didn't we? But, you know, it wasn't great football, you know, and it's a case of, well, I can just, you know, we'll be lucky to get even a point or maybe 2 points against them 3 games.
Absolutely, absolutely. There he is. He's in.
It's just sad, isn't it? Disappointing.
Yeah, and I think when Marcus came on, you know, I thought 60th minute, 65 minutes, something like that, he was going to come on, but it was the same again. You know, he does a lot of running around, you know, but the thing is, if he's not getting the supply, then you know, he can't do a great deal. And like right at the end, when Harvey White, you know, put the ball right across the face of the goal, you know, no one's there. You know, it goes straight out the other side of the pitch. You know, it's I say it's not great. You know, and it's disappointing to be sort of downbeat, really. You know, at the end of the, you know,
you'd be happier if we put up a performance. Be happy if we'd put up a performance and drew 1-1, wouldn't you? And hit the post.
It gets worse. Sunderland have just equalised against Crewe, so they will now have a point rather than none, which kind of closes the gap on us ever so slightly too.
Right behind us, aren't they?
Yeah, there are a couple behind us. I think I'll have to wait and see if my table updates, because games, I think we finished relatively early in terms of games finishing around the leagues, but they'll close that gap, Sunderland, and they are a team that we play very, very soon. Actually, it's just 10 days away from the game at Fratton Park against them. Richard, your final question from me for you tonight, mate, and then I'll let you go and try and enjoy your Saturday night after that.
Let's say a bit of rugby. I think that'll be the next.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's not been much fun to watch either recently, has it? But
should we be this disappointed sitting in fifth in the table, whichever we might be by the end of play tonight? Should we be this disappointed? Yes, we should.
Yeah.
Because of the quality that we see on the pitch is not promotion winning material. We might be sitting there right now, but 2 games from now we could be out of the playoff positions, which actually somebody asked me the question the other night: would you rather stay in this league and have Kenny Jackett out of our football club, or would you rather Kenny stays and we get promoted? I'll ask you that question, Richard.
I think Jackett out. Mm-hmm. If obviously we stay in this league, and then we go against
the question was, would you rather stay in this league and Jackett loses his job, or would you get promoted and he stays in the job?
Tough, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I say everybody likes to get promoted, but it's promoted with the right manager, isn't it? And the thing is, if you go in the Championship with Jacket, we're going to be within the bottom 3, bottom 4. That's my own feeling. Mm-hmm. But the problem is we seem to be getting to the same place every year. The nearly team. You just mentioned, a couple of wins. If this was going back maybe 2-3 weeks ago, if we'd have got the couple of wins then, we're then first and second. We're then mixing it with the top 2. We don't get the wins, we get the draw, we get the losses, and then all of a sudden we're in the mix of 4, but we just don't perform. It's just there's just something not right.
Yeah, but Lincoln looks like they're going to lose at Plymouth. They're 4-3 down at Plymouth.
Yeah.
But they've gone away from home and scored 3 goals. Now that is a championship winning side. Regardless, if Plymouth got 4, they went away from home and scored 3 goals. We can't get 2 against Gillingham at home. We just got 1 at Oxford, and the other games have been absolutely atrocious in my view. And that's what I worry about. We're not here forfeiting and say, "Well, great, we're marching on to the Championship." Are we? None of us are saying that.
No, definitely not. Yeah, and I think say if we do get in the playoffs, I think the highlight for Pompey fans is the fact that we're going to get 25% of fans are going to be able to go to the ground, hopefully, and watch a match. That'll be, the only sort of positive I think that we've got.
But do we want to do that though?
No, we want. We want. The thing is, we want to be in the top 2, don't we?
And also, we don't want 25%. So what we're going to get 5,000 fans in Fratton Park. There'll be 5,000 very disappointed fans in Fratton Park, in my view.
That's it. Very much so. Certainly, if you end up playing Oxford creep into the 4, and we end up playing them again like we did last year.
Well, looking at it now, Richard, we'd be playing either Hull, Sunderland, or Doncaster. I mean, that's terrifying, isn't it?
It's time to shut up shop, I think, and just concentrate on next year, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay,
Richard, thank you for that, mate. We're going to crack on and talk to the rest of our guests, who I'm normally extremely excited to speak to. Likewise with yourself, but unfortunately, I'm just kind of it's not.
You've had too many Jamie Dodgers. That's what it is.
See you Tuesday for some more punishment.
Doncaster, Richard will be closer to the football than we will be on Tuesday, won't he?
Richard, do you stay online and listen to what the other guys are saying?
I do, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what Retro says because I've won some Jamie Dodgers today.
I tell you what,
that makes us quits on it. So let's go straight to him and see what he says about the Jamie Dodgers situation.
Richard, thank you very much indeed for that, mate, and we'll see you on Tuesday night.
Take care. Tell Alan.
Cheers, mate.
Here he is. Here he is.
Jamie. Jamie.
Indeed, we're all square. So yeah, it's about the highlight of the afternoon, the Jamie Dodgers.
Yeah.
Back to your point about Andrew about the Jacket out and staying in this league. I'd get rid of Jacket today.
And you stay in League One.
Yeah, I'd stay in League One now because we're 9 points behind Peterborough. I cannot see us winning 3 more games than them and getting into automatics over the rest of the season. I cannot see us getting second. On the current form, the Oxford game does show really it was papered over the cracks. It was really that one goal. We all came away from it thinking we've won something here. It's turned, and it's back to the same tactics. It's the same things, and it's sad to see really. And I'd never ever wanted Jacket out before. I was always a bit of a supporter of him. But it's just gone on too long now. Yeah, this is the first time ever that. Yeah,
I've been saying it for 3 years. Seriously,
I thought I thought with the players he brought in, I thought with the players he'd lost and the players he brought in, I thought he was doing some good transfer business. And I thought time will come, it will change.
Mate,
but
he does
now
some good transfer business. But let me just ask you this. Just ask you this question. He does some good transfer business, but think about it. We've got the money we're offering the players to come to our football club. They're coming to Portsmouth Football Club from pikey little clubs, respectfully, from little clubs that aren't. I say pikey little clubs. I say detrimental, but smaller
Tottenham's
clubs.
Not a small club.
No, he's on loan just to give him some legs, isn't he? That's a different story. But the players that come to us on the money they come to us, they two reasons why they come. One, because we're Portsmouth Football Club, and secondly, they get paid very well for doing so. And if we go to the Championship, they get paid even better, won't they? Let's face it, that's a fact of life, and let's not cut any mustard. It doesn't matter who the manager is. Any player worth his salt will want to come and play for this football club, especially if we've got a chance for promotion, which is what they see. And if they thought they were going to get 20,000 crowds every week. Of course, they want to play football in front of crowds, don't they? And I'd say to you, doesn't matter which manager's there, we get the same opportunity with transfers, because it ain't the managers looking for them; it's the scouts and the people that are looking for the opportunities, and they just bring it to the table. And there's a board decision. Let's not kid ourselves. Everybody will be involved in that decision.
That's what I was today. Bored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry. Cut across you.
Sean, my question to you, mate: who's your man of the match tonight?
I thought, what was it? Their chap on the right wing, Oliver, the ball-headed guy. I thought he was tenacious. He put in his shift. He was kicking the play. I wouldn't pick a Pompey, man.
No,
I'd probably go McGilvery perhaps in goal, but that's about it, isn't it?
I don't think he did an awful lot, Tom. He
kept us in it at the end,
a couple of
didn't
good
he?
saves. And to be fair, I think, I don't know what your thoughts are. Tell me whether you think Gillingham should have won that game.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, I had 2 packets of jammy dodgers on it. And
he was that poor.
You know, it was painful to watch, and it's just also the lack of change. You know, there's no tactical change. It's the same hoofball from start to, and it's boring. You know, I'd much rather have had an entertaining 1-1 draw where there's running, you know, cutting people on the break and shots going in everywhere. But it was just boring. You know, I can't think of when. I think Harvey White had a shot. That was going wide anyway, which the goalkeeper saved. But other than that, in the second half, did we do much more than that? There was a couple of crosses that went across the 6-yard box. There was nothing.
First half was better.
You know,
one chance from the corner, I think, with or a ball in.
Oh yeah, that Naylor with the glancing header was another one, but that was about it, wasn't it? Honestly, I think there were probably 2 chances for Pompey in the second half.
And the question is then, if you don't get Jacket, what other manager do you go for? You know, and
there's lots of players lots of managers that come in. We talked about Eddie Howe coming from. He's got a job. He hasn't got a job. He lives in Poole. He's 35 minutes from Fratton Park. 40 minutes in bad traffic.
20 when Andrew's driving.
And he's not. He's a good man. He needs a job. Probably not necessarily needs it financially, but needs a job to keep him sane. I think because he's not on the telly, is he, or doing anything else? No. We know he lives locally here in Poole, and he's not got a place to go. Would he relish this challenge? He got Bournemouth out in League One into the Championship, then into the Premier League, and kept them there for 5 years. Yeah, for me, he'd come for the same money that we're paying Jacket. Or you could go to somewhere like Appleton, who's at Lincoln. Why would he come to us? Well, he wouldn't if he gets Lincoln promoted, probably. But he did say a few months ago that it's unfinished business and he'd like to come back. And I have him. But
wouldn't it be nice to give a new manager the rest of this season to build for next season?
That'd be lovely.
Well, a new manager now would get us into the Championship. That's my view. 15 games to go. A new manager would get us in the Championship.
I completely agree with you. You chat about Eddie Howe. I watched him on Monday Night Football with Jamie Carragher a couple of weeks ago, and he was literally the most football you know, when you say, oh, someone's really knows their football. He knew so many sort of ins and out. He was sharing little intricate details about his time at AFC Bournemouth, etc. And he just came across as someone who knows it so well. He came across as someone who was gutted to be out of it as well. So I know.
So why don't we just say to him, Eddie, why don't you just come to Fratton Park for the next 15 games and get us in the Championship? What is wrong with us?
Yeah. I think the players need to change. I think everyone needs to change, really.
Yeah.
You know, but we go again on Tuesday night. Hoofball again.
You're really looking forward to that, aren't you?
I just had a message from Richard, who just joined us a minute ago. He said a massive yes to Eddie Howe at Fratton. So there we go. We'll ask the other gents that will join us in a moment about that as well. Sean, automatic promotion, I think we can wave bye-bye to quite quickly. Although there was that. Do you remember when we lost to Crewe 1-0 about 3 years ago now? And then we went on that unbelievable run. And we were like sixth at the time. And then we ended up winning the league. Anything like that happening again for you?
I'd take your arm off for it, and I live in hope, and I'd love Pompey to do it. You know, we tend to do things the hard way, and if you think of our next 3 games, bar the Wembley fun day, the other 3, the 3 games we got with Sunderland and Peterborough, you sit there and go, if we got 9 out of 9, yeah, it'd be amazing. It could be Pompey, but
if we got 9 out of 9, it's a big if, isn't it?
Yeah, and even then we're only equal on points.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I'll do with you, Retro. I'll have if we don't get 9 out of 9.
The only thing I would say to that, Andrew, just to put you off saying that, is we were sat here before playing Peterborough and Hull, weren't we? And we said we could beat these two teams, and we went to beat Hull 2-0, albeit 2 own goals. And that Peterborough performance was really good at Fratton Park. So let's wait and see.
Christmas mush.
Yes, but it doesn't matter, does it?
We're heading into spring. You see the beautiful weather out there?
Doesn't matter. I know.
Yeah.
We
just need someone to score goals. Anyone
one more
to score
thing
goals.
before you go, Sean. My grandma, his mum, says the phrase. She lives in Barnstaple, and she says the phrase quite a lot. Where it's two. Is that something that is universal in Devon? Do you recognise that? It's a substitution for the thing is. She goes, "Oh, where it's two." Do people say that? Was her?
I think locals say it, but I think it is, sort of North Devon.
Right.
But,
okay.
Not down,
it's
not down this way.
Then.
No, I think it is a North Devon thing.
Yeah.
Say again?
Well, where it's two, we're going to go to the next call.
Speak to you soon. See you Tuesday.
See you, mate.
That was Retro Shirt. Sean, let's go straight to Aaron. And before we do, Aaron, we've got David Page who's coming on Facebook saying you speak about an alternative manager now, which I would completely agree with. That said, that would require the board to actually make a bold decision and also show some real ambition. And that will not happen. As a club, we lack ambition and have done for the last 3 to 4 years. Your thoughts on that one, my friend?
Yeah, well, the owners already said they will not sack Jackett until the end of his contract. If we get up to the Championship, they will give him another contract, guaranteed. But if we don't go up, they will not renew his contract.
What would you take? What would you take?
Sorry?
What would you do? Take staying in this league another season, get rid of him?
No, it's different. If we go up, he's guaranteed a 3-year contract in the Championship.
Yeah, and then we're stuck with it.
Then we're stuck with it. But then CEO, he's actually turned around and said there is funds and everything there for players in the Championship level.
Yeah,
and the owners will.
But the problem is, the problem is, we can buy the players as many as you want. Look at the quality we've got on the pitch. It's about the motivation, the formation, and changing the tactics of the way we play football. That's a fact. There's lumping the ball from 40 yards up to Marcus on his own. It's woeful.
One thing I can't stand is that hoof ball. I cannot stand it. It's like like you said in the last game, it's a 50-50 chance that we're going to win that ball when it's hoofed up at the pitch all the time.
Yeah. So predictable, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. And all the teams know about us. So, and like this so-called easy run we're supposed to got, none of that's easy at all. If we play like that, I still think that automatics are there, but about 40% now to automatics. I think we'll do the playoffs again. But if we do end up in the playoffs, that is a must win. If we fail to get up this season and we're stuck in this league again, we've got to get a new manager. Eddie Howe, everyone's chucking Eddie Howe's name about. It'd be fantastic for him to come in because, he only lives down the road, like you said. And
we know for a fact that his wife does not want to leave the South Coast. She doesn't want to leave this area she lives in. So where can
How well do you know Eddie Howe?
I know it very well because I've got friends of mine. One guy does all his TV stuff, EV stuff that he had put in his house, and he knows him very well. And he had a conversation with him, and that's why he went to Burnley and came back, didn't he? Very quickly.
Yeah.
And the reason he did that was because he wanted to be back on the South Coast. He did not want to leave. His wife doesn't want to leave it. And if his wife don't want to go and the family don't want to go, he's going to struggle to go anywhere north of the M4, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's face it. Where's he going to go?
Which is what we call north, isn't it? North of the M4.
Right. Bristol, Swindon. Where's he going to go? He's half an hour from 45 minutes from Fratton Park, isn't he?
Yeah, something definitely changed at half time though, because like first half we were stomping, but then suddenly all of a sudden it was just like, what is going on? Second half we were nowhere near. It looked like Gillingham were actually like in the playoff spots.
Do you know that is their management team looking at it at half time thinking, let's work this out, and they did.
Yeah. They come with a plan and their plan worked. They were looking for a draw. And it is gutting.
Aaron, I said it during the when we were watching the game in the first half. I said, everyone's going to laugh at me for saying this, but I said this looked like it's going to be a long afternoon for Gillingham. That was after 20 minutes. And how wrong was I? because we just we scored, and then it just looked like we just sort of went, oh, right, there we go, we've scored.
Yeah, it's mad. And the worst thing is, I ate 2 packets of jammy dodgers. I've literally got one left. That's it.
Mate, we're down to quite a. We've got a solemn amount here as well. They've been obliterated this afternoon.
Yeah, I've had to save one for my boy when he gets home, because otherwise he's going to be gutted. It's just
anyway.
There's one other thing as well I'm really wary about. I can't see us beating Peterborough when we play them, only because we play on the Tuesday night, the same as them. And then they're not playing until the following Tuesday when they're playing us, because we got the final on the Saturday. So they've got a whole week. So
are they playing in the Sunday final? Or is that someone else?
No, that's someone else. They're not in the final.
Sunday final. Is it Sunderland or someone else?
Sunderland Tranmere.
Oh, that's exciting. We'll be staying in for that one.
Yeah. But then I'm really wary of that. But yeah, something's got to change quickly. If we I still believe we could get automatics. I don't think we'd be champions, but if we go up in second, but they've got to go on a run now.
You've had too many jammy dodges. They've gone straight to your head.
I'm super buzzed out now. But if we don't win our next 2 games, then it'd be playoffs. But we've got to put in fifth now. Got to.
You think even playoffs is on the table?
Oh, come on.
The owners are American and they love the playoffs.
They do love the playoffs.
Well, they also think that going to Wembley for a cup final is a great season.
Yeah, which is a bit of a damp squid, really.
Well, it is for us because we understand football. They don't.
Yeah, I'd rather not have the final now. This is how bad it is. I'd rather not have the final and just play Peterborough on that Saturday.
It's a bit of a sore thumb, isn't it, in the next sort of couple of games for us. It sticks out massively. Right, Aaron, we're going to leave you, mate. Play up Pumpy, as Miss Eisner would say, and we will...
Your Queen's English today, Tom, has been really poor.
Thank you very much indeed. I really do appreciate that. See you Tuesday night.
See you later. I might have some more Jaffa cakes on Tuesday. Jaffa cakes? No, I've been doing it now. It's jammy dodgers.
I told you. See you, mate.
Yeah, have a good one. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, mate. Right, before we go to Brendan and Mike, let's go to Mr. Alex Hayward, and he was not happy.
What do you think, Alex?
He's still not happy, is he?
What do you think of that, Alex? Your mic's off, mate.
Can't hear you, son. Oh, here we go. See, not just me having issues this afternoon, ladies and gents. He's gone. He's going to refresh, and he'll be back with us in just a moment. I'll be honest. Play up Pampy and all that. Yeah. Just going back to what Aaron was saying about semi-final playoffs. We really don't want playoffs, do we? At all.
That's because we ain't going to get them.
We are really poor in the playoffs, though.
We're really poor, full stop.
Well, we are very poor, full stop. Anyway, we'll finish off with Alex if he can still join us, and we'll go to Brendan and Mike now, and maybe we're going to have to squeeze over. I think it'll only be me for the time being. Don't worry,
you crack on.
Are you sure? You don't mind being out of it? Gents, lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too. It's only nice bit about the afternoon seeing you, Tom.
Have you been munching your Jerry Dodgers?
Oh yeah, I've got half a pack left. You know, I'm too depressed to eat. That was really, really painful. That I need to start eating the Guinness in a minute, I think.
Can we hand over to your dad, Brendan, and just hopefully Mike can inspire us with a bit of positive thinking. Take it away.
I will tell you that I agree with Andrew. We are not going to make the playoffs. We are not going to make automatics.
Oh.
No, it's not. No, I see that as a positive, because if that gets Jackie at the sack, which I don't think it will, then so be it. Yes, everybody would love it. Eddie Howe. I mean, I'm from Poole. That's where I'm from. I'd like to see him. He has unfinished business. He's unfinished business from last time when he was here, and he left so abruptly because of his injury and everything. Yes, he would be the best that we could actually hope for out of anybody. I wouldn't want any of the others. However, I still think the Eisners do not want us to get promoted. I think this season's a null and void. They're losing £700,000. Is it a month or something like that? Was quoted. £700,000 a month. They don't want us promoted. They don't want necessarily to have a new stadium at the moment. So we could, if we did get in the Championship, we need to have a fuller capacity ground. And also, we would if we're going to try and get even into the Premiership, we need a new ground. So they say brick by brick, slowly, catchy monkey. Well, we've not heard from them this season. They're not speaking to us. They're not telling us anything. I mean, I'm pleased they came in and saved our club. I didn't expect them to throw loads of money at it, but I did expect them to be able to at least give us a good crack at it after 3 seasons, Andrew.
Mike, I'd say to you this: they didn't actually come and save our club, did they? They came and bought.
No,
out
they didn't.
The club,
they
right?
bought
So
out. Sorry.
we all saved the club, and then they came along with their cash. They haven't actually done a lot with, other than if COVID hadn't come along, would have been fine.
Yes,
most
I think so.
right? So that's the first thing I'd say. But secondly, I've met Eisner a couple of times, the young one, Eric, a few times, and only by chance. So I haven't got a connection there or anything like that. I saw him at a couple of parties that we went to, with Pompey parties, and I chat to him. Frankly, he hasn't got a Scooby about football or anything about football. None of them have. No. It's propaganda they come out with. But I saw them coming in with some cash, build a super stadium like they've got at the Rico, in Coventry, something like that. All the facilities underneath with a Super Bowl and KFC and a hotel and all that. That's what I saw them doing and making it a real Americanized sort of, because they do it well in entertainment. I ain't got no time for America, to be honest, or the Americans, full stop. But actually, the way they entertain people is what I saw the fruits of their benefit of them having them. You can't argue that they've stuck with Kenny Jackett and they shouldn't have done, and it's not Catlin's decision or the board. They've said it. Mr. Eisner said live on I Follow, and I watched him say it. He said it was 2 years ago. He said we lost 3 games in a row, and he phoned up Kenny Jackett. He said this live. You can watch it back. He phoned Kenny Jackett himself, and we'd lost 3 games in a row, and offered him another 2 years on his contract. That's what he said at that time.
Doesn't know football then, does he?
I remember that.
Know football.
He knows nothing about football, and exactly my point. And that's the problem, isn't it? It's a problem.
It is a problem.
He says, we've got it's a 5 to 10 year plan. Not for me, it's not. Why are we letting Lincoln get promoted into the Championship? And us not getting Peterborough and Lincoln probably going to go up. I mean, what's that all about?
No, exactly. I agree completely. Going back to the ground, you mentioned the Rico Arena. Friends of ours at Dale Batman, our friends Andrew and Wendy, that we went to MK Dons and their stadium. It's empty. It's literally a third full, and there's a hotel, there's restaurants, and we need to find somewhere where we can build this nice stadium. Obviously, and obviously not bankrupt the club, which obviously the last thing we want is them to start throwing money at it and the club going to pot. But if you build a stadium, you attach a Premier into it, and you get a restaurant and all that sort of stuff, and build the foundations of it. It can be done. But I completely agree. Yeah,
why would the Americans be interested in this football club? Why would they be interested in that? Because they bought it for £6 million, and they bought the whole freehold of Fratton Park and the surrounding area for £6 million. That's a seriously cheap deal, isn't it?
Gets worse. Wales 17, England 6 at the minute, gents. How bad does Saturdays get?
No, at least the Irish one, eh?
Come on, the Irish.
We're going about a football stadium, but there is really little point in having a football stadium if we haven't got a football club, the football team.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. We do need a team. The team that we've got, I don't think is good enough anyway. I tell you what, if we got 4 players, maybe a new striker, maybe 2 new strikers, and another central defender to go with a couple of the boys that we've got, 3-4 really good quality Championship players, we would have stormed this league, and he should have gone out and got them. But I know the wage cap stopped us doing that. So now that's gone. This is a wasted season. I said it just now. It is a wasted season. COVID's done our legs, and so did the EFL.
Let me just say this: that you're right about getting quality players in, but Lincoln didn't do that. Peterborough haven't done that.
No,
they haven't done it. But look at them; they're playing football. There's my argument.
Exactly. Peterborough lost Tony. Yeah, and they flourished without him. And
we should have got Tony. We should have got Tony when we had the chance. A couple of people I worked with today, they said that if we'd got that man, that would have been a lot of difference. And I know one player doesn't make a team, but he's got the quality, I think, that would have helped our strikers, maybe get them flourishing into what they should be doing.
Yeah. The first 10 minutes of that game today, the lively way we started, the ball, passing the ball, getting into space, and looked like we're going to murder them, didn't we? The first 10 or 15 minutes. Tom called it. We were 1-0 up, but we called it. We should have
way too early, but called it nonetheless.
It looked like they were looking for a hiding. They were looking to hide in, give us a lot of hiding, and we didn't. And we embarrassed ourselves, especially second half. Why did it change after 15 minutes?
What one mistake cost us? People will blame Raggett for it, but I personally, and Dad will back me up, it's Brown's fault. Brown should have put his foot through it and get it clear. It's not Raggett's fault.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But is it 1-0 enough to keep you happy?
Can't rely on a 1-0 win against Gillingham, can you? Yeah.
There's confidence
1-0
issues.
win, 1-0 win. I'll take it personally.
Is there confidence issues throughout the team that when something like that happened, we have only got the 1-0, something happens like that, it goes in the net, and then the boys just haven't got the fight in them. Why haven't they got the fight in them? Is it not coming from the side?
That's what I'm saying. Is it a negative attitude about the whole thing? Is it a boring attitude about the whole thing in the dressing room that doesn't inspire?
It takes me back to the Coventry game where we threw away that 3-0 lead. It's like that. Go on.
God, they say that Brown leads the dressing room. He's supposed to be brilliant in the dressing room. Well, if he makes a cock up like that, are they going to want to listen to somebody like Brown? I don't know.
Very good point, gents. We're going to have to leave it there.
Somebody's just nipped in behind you, nicked your jammy dodgers, by the way.
Yeah, it's her birthday today.
Can we say live on air to Patsy? Happy birthday, Patsy!
Happy birthday!
21 again.
21 again.
Thank you for that,
I'm not
gents.
saying a 21-year-old for a second, all right?
Have a lovely rest of the evening. We'll speak to you on Tuesday.
Yeah, see you Tuesday.
We're back together Tuesday. See you later.
Right, let's go to Alex, who's again.
Is the mic working?
It is, mate. Go for it. Tell us.
Well, it's just interesting hearing all of that stuff because I do feel like the Eisners obviously don't know much about football. Completely agree with that. They're American guys. They bought the club because it's a good opportunity, money wise, which I can completely understand. But I just think to build that massive stadium, and we say we haven't seen much from them, but you boys go to Fratton Park every week when you could, and they revamped bits there that were desperately in dire need of doing, which we wouldn't have done if
toilet for one, just to say that was lovely.
We got a new tap in our
we
toilet.
We did. That was
exactly. But I think I don't know why they wouldn't want to go up. I can't understand that because I know the season's null and void and all that because it's just like a write-off season and they're losing money. But we go up, we're in the Championship next season, and when we get fans back, it's a sellout every week. Why would they not want to be there?
I think what the point Mike's making, we can ask him that if he's still online, but I think the point he's making is if you go up to the Championship, you've got to throw a lot of money, like something like 35 million quid to be in the Championship. You've got to invest to be there.
And I just
question is, are they going to do that? Because that's what it needs.
Yeah, and I don't know because I don't think we'll ever find out until we go up. But it is a double-edged sword this year. You're right in the fact that we go up and Jacket's got a chance of staying in charge because it's always tough. You can't. It's tough to go up and sack the manager, even though I know we've had three years of pretty dire football and getting close, but not really close. We're in semi-finals of playoffs. It's not close enough. But then equally, I think Eddie Howe's not going. I don't think he's going to want to come to League One. I don't see why. Why would he want to drop to League One when he's kind of lost his job at Premier League level? I mean, and obviously I know they went down and then he parted ways. But I think if we were in the Championship, he sees that as a bigger opportunity than what he did with Bournemouth for sure. But I don't see him wanting to drop down to kind of the League One just because he wants to stay around here. I'm sure there'll be better jobs. When we say he wouldn't want to go above the M4, Bristol City needed a manager. They got Pearson in. So I don't know if they would have spoken to Eddie Howe, but if he wanted to stay around here and that was going to be an option, which is positive for kind of like a club like us, then I think he would have gone somewhere like that. But obviously Cooking's now looking like potentially going to Ipswich, and they got a takeover going on with American owners as well.
I heard about that in the last couple of days, Alex.
Yeah, and
if you think maybe what Eddie's thinking is, I don't know, I'm just guessing, second guessing.
Yeah,
Poole to London is an hour in traffic. You know, if he's waiting for a job to come up in the London area,
Poole to London's an hour.
Well, it's not too bad. Is it? An
hours,
hour?
isn't it?
No, it isn't that bad. To West London area, to the M25, it's an hour maximum in a car. Maybe 45 minutes on a good day to Heathrow. So maybe he's waiting for that London club to come up that would tickle his, the Arsenals of this world, or the Tottenham. He's not going to go to Tottenham. He might go to Tottenham if Jose gets the tin tack or whatever it might be.
I don't think he'd get a job that high up. But I just think there's a lot of rant and rave, and a lot of people go on about teams like Peterborough, like Lincoln. We see Lincoln lose 4-3 to Plymouth today. They went up 3-2 from 2-0 down, and then they lose 4-3 to Plymouth. That's not a good sign. They've had 13 penalties this season, 2 today. I know that means they get in the box and they're more dangerous. And I understand that when we don't get penalties, it's because we don't go and push people to tackle us and foul us in the box. But Peterborough aren't a special club either. They got Johnson Clark-Harris now, who wasn't good at the start of the season, but he's a goal scorer. They lost Tony, yes, but it's not like they've done without him. They've definitely got a man in who's going to get him 20 goals a season, which we thought John Marquis would do for us. But equally, we haven't got good enough creative players, and that's why I'm shocked that someone like Byers doesn't get in the team with Harvey White. We brought them both in. They should have championship quality. Why are we not playing them both?
Alex, I think we need you sat here rather than us two, mate, because you articulate your points much better than either myself or Andrew can.
That's only because I eat too many jammy dodges.
You do eat far too many jammy dodges, isn't it? I think, yeah. Anyway, at this moment in time, Alex, where do you see Pompey finishing this season? Having taken all factors into account, where would you predict us?
I think we finish 4th or 5th. I don't think. We look at today and we look at Sunderland don't win against Crewe. They're lucky, 97th minute equaliser. They always seem to get lucky in those. Donny have had a terrible run. We've obviously got them on Tuesday. That's a massive game in terms of the playoff race, not in terms of the top two, because they've got more chance of getting there than us in terms of. But we say games in hand, and they've had games in hand for the past month, and they haven't done anything with them. So I don't think the teams around that playoff area, kind of like Accrington, they're not consistent enough to be there. But I do agree with your point, Andrew, with Lincoln and Peterborough. If they go up this season, that's just a sham. But then equally, Wickham went up last season, and that's even more of a sham.
Yeah.
But I think we can stay there. But if we do stay 4th or 5th, I don't think that means that we've been good by any means. The league's not good enough, but I just think it's a shambles that we can't get top two.
Yeah, and you're did you enjoy that game? Do you enjoy watching Pompey these days?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
I haven't enjoyed it for a long time. And I think that when you think about when you probably last really enjoyed it, it's probably with Cooking.
Yeah.
But then interestingly, it's funny, isn't it? We think back to that time and we had Cookie, and so many fans were saying, we don't do anything with our possession. It's dire. And it's just. There's always people complaining, but now we have Jacket hoofing 40-yard passes, and you said it, Tom. It's predictable. We have Raggett, kind of go down the line and then just hoof it. It's every single time as well, and that's why teams get points off us, because it's like, Steve Evans. He's done it many years, and he comes to Pompey and thinks, right, well, we know what they're going to do because they don't do anything else. And the only time we did do anything else was when Harness beat 2 men and then put a ball in, and we had a centre half in the box. Which is not most of the game, and we score a goal from that, but it's a bit of skill and a bit of quality which we can't rely on. But it's just frustrating, lads.
Yeah. You got to ask what was the centre half doing in the box?
Well, exactly, but but we score from having the centre half in the box. So, but that's the unpredictable. The only time we were unpredictable today, and we score. Whereas the rest of the time, it's the centre half hoofing the ball up. Harrison's. See what I mean, Tom? I said it before the game. I said we need him to play like he did against Oxford, but he doesn't do it ever enough, and he didn't do it again today. So we despair. That's what Pompey fans do, and it's painful.
Would you? The question we asked everyone: would you take staying in League One for another season and get rid of Jacket, or would you want to go up with Jacket?
I mean, I think the thing is, if we go up with Jacket and then we go down with Jacket, we sit here and we wish we've never gone up this season. That's the problem. But I think if it was any other season, I'd say we want to go up. But this season, because of the whole COVID situation, I would probably, and I hate to say it, be happy change the management if it means that we got a better chance of better football when we get into the ground and a better chance of going up next season. And I think that's probably the only time I'll ever say that, but because of the situation this season, I think that's probably what I think.
I would agree with that. I think we don't want to go back into a football stadium watching us struggle in the Championship and lose to teams like Rotherham, do we? Like, it will just be, we'll go all the way up there and then we'll just lose. Do you remember that? We went up there, we lost 1-0. That was shocking, wasn't it?
Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, but there's teams in there that you just like. If I don't think Wickham are going to stay up, for example, but if you went to Wickham and you lost, it's just. Anyway,
I'd have Ainsworth as a manager.
Yeah, it's a big
I'd have
shout.
him as a manager, Ainsworth.
I don't think I would, because I don't like him personally because of the times he's had at Wickham. But I don't know if that would be that he wouldn't do well with us. But I'd rather a bit more of like an Eddie Howe. I mean, I'd love to have Eddie Howe in, and everybody in the chat, I think, would absolutely love to have him in, and that's why people throw his name in. But we've got to remember League One and what we're currently showing in the last 3 years. I mean, we've got facilities, we've got, the stadium and the draw. And obviously, if Eddie Howe did come in, I'm sure he'd be able to bring players that are good enough to get us up in. Yeah. But it's a big ask to say to a manager that's last, managed in the Premier League to go, right, come down to us just because we're on the South Coast. I think he's probably more likely to go down to Brighton if they go down this season, for example.
We'll ask Charlie Daniels to put him over for us, mate.
Yeah, Charlie can have a little word with him, can't he?
Have a bit of a word.
I'd be interested to talk to Charlie Daniels about what he thinks we do on the training pitch during the week and what the motivation feels like in the changing rooms, comparably to what he had at Bournemouth under. In
that case, watch this space, because you might be speaking to Charlie Daniels sooner than you think.
Oh, excellent! We're talking to Charlie Daniels.
Is that a little spoiler?
We'll ask him those questions. What the motivation feels like in the changing room, what the training regime's like, and how he feels the differences between the management of what he's got to what he had under Eddie Howe. That would be interesting.
And I do think it would be far different. The only time that Jackett has excelled and gone up and smashed this league to bits was when he had Wolves, and that was the best side that's probably ever graced League One. And that was probably the best squad that has ever graced this league. And that's, I think, to an extent in time, kind of like League One, if you have the good enough players, they'll work it out and they'll win. They'll get you up. Because it's not that good, the league. In fact, it's terrible. But it's just it's woeful. And I just think the sooner we get out of it, the better. But if it means that we lose Jackett, if we don't go up this year, then so be it. I think. Do you guys agree with that, Andrew?
Yeah, entirely.
Oh, don't get him started on Jackett out. He gets us into trouble every time.
I've said it for 3 years that I don't enjoy. I haven't enjoyed watching us play football. Apart from the only game I can say I really enjoyed was the Wembley final against Sunderland when we beat Sunderland. And that was just, to be fair, we had Jamal Lowe, didn't we, at the time? And that goal, when he turned and just whipped it into the top corner and made it 2-1. And then they got back in it again.
But that is it. And that's it in a nutshell. I really enjoyed that game as well. Yeah. But it's probably because we had a packed out Wembley Stadium for the first time in a long time. But we still did Pompey, didn't we? We still conceded after going 2-1 up in the last minute of extra time. And that's still Pompey.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's what I'm saying. Only by luck that Ollie Hawkins scored that.
There's a very good chance that Ollie would have missed that.
There's a fair chance Ollie Hawkins 9 times out of 10 would have missed that.
Exactly. And it's a really tough position, but I just think we'll probably get playoffs. That's what I think this year. I think we'll probably lose at semi-final again. Like, they were saying, if Peterborough do sit in the playoffs and they play us, they'll smash us to bits. They're not good, but they're certainly better at attacking than we are in terms of they'll just, even if we score 2 goals, they'll score 4. That's the type of team that Peterborough are against us anyway.
Yeah, and Lincoln, to be fair, I know we talked about them earlier, they scored 3 goals away from home, remember? Although they lost 4-3, they've scored 3 goals away from home. We've scored 1 against Gillingham and nearly conceded 3 or 4, I think, in the last 10, 15 minutes.
But what do you think about this year in terms of away advantage? Because I don't, or home advantage. I don't think there's much in it. We've gone to Plymouth and scored 2 away from home and drawn 2, which we should have won the game. But we've had a better record away this season, haven't we?
Yeah, I think the empty stadium has sort of. It took a while for players to adapt to it, I think. But now I think they'll find it really strange when we go back next season with the stadiums full up with fans. I think that's going to be a different game.
Would we have beaten Peterborough if we weren't there? No, we wouldn't have done.
Where, at Fratton Park?
At Fratton Park. We wouldn't have beaten Peterborough if we weren't there.
If we weren't there?
Yeah, I don't think we would have done.
What, you mean the night when we played them and we beat them 2-0?
Back in December, yeah.
Yeah. No.
We wouldn't have
I think that
them.
made a difference. The crowd, the 4,000, whatever it was, 4,000 fans? 2,000 fans. And we happened to, and luckily, had a ticket for that game beyond right there. And that was a good night out. We really enjoyed it because it's the first time back for a long time, and we beat Peterborough 2-0. And I think you're right. I think the fans were there, and it made a difference at home.
Pompey are one of those teams that rely heavily on the fans, aren't they? I know that's easy to say, but we have done for many years.
Yeah. But you have stadiums like this, and I think we've talked about it before. You have most of the teams in this league don't have many fans when there are fans. So to them, it's just pretty much like a normal Saturday or normal Tuesday. Think about Aki, for example. They get like 1,500 fans. If they don't have them, who cares? We get 18,000 fans, and if we don't have them, it really shows. And that's why the quicker we get out of a league like this in the Championship, everybody, a lot of teams in there have big stadiums and rely on them. But League One and League Two, it's just, I just hate it, boys. I really hate this league.
Yeah, we hate reporting on it, mate. Trust me, and we don't want to keep talking about it. Trust me,
we've been all those little League One games League One grounds you're talking about, and League Two ground. We've been to them all away, and we've had some fun. Don't get me wrong, great times. We met a lot of good people along the way, and had a good laugh at places like Morecambe. We
meant to flip in Carlisle, Alex. What were we doing?
We won 3-0 up there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
it's been a good journey, but it's done now. We don't need this journey anymore. This is done. We could have had it for 3 years, but we've had it for nearly a decade now, pretty much. But
2011 was the last time we played Championship football.
Exactly, and I wanted to ask you guys I know you said about the stadium, but I think it's interesting because we said, the MK Don Stadium, how fantastic it is. But if we had a stadium like that, I don't think we'd think it fantastic. It's too modern in kind of flashy. We need that old traditional ground. St Mary's have done it, and it's just a library. I know the fans aren't as good, admittedly, but you don't want to lose. We don't want to lose kind of that Fratton Park feel, do we? I know we want to extend the stadium, make it a better attraction for the Championship and Premier League, and we would need to do that.
Fill in the corners, mate. That's all we need to do, really.
I think we could.
Then you're up to 35,000, 40,000, aren't you?
My idea would be
make it all Fratton End level, isn't it? That's what you do.
Build the North Stand up again. You knock that down, build that, put the hotel behind the North Stand, and make that a nearly big stand, and then bring it round to the Fratton End, and then the Milton End, build that up to the same size as the Fratton End, but put the away fans stay in our stand. We sit in the South Stand upper.
Yeah.
Put them in the dugout down the bottom. Put all the away fans down.
Do a Sheffield United,
across the whole pitch.
No, just the away end. Just the away end, but below us where we sit, just the other side of the white line.
You can throw things at them and stuff, or
because then we can do what we did at the Stadium of Light and chuck flares down on top of people, can't we?
No, we could.
Yeah, exactly.
Say that is to keep them quiet, because you put them behind the Milton End, you get 2,000 Plymouth fans or 2,000 Exeter fans. They're going to write sing song and enjoy it, can't they? If you put them down there in the wet, in the overspill, as it were, down the bottom there, and put them down there, it's not so much fun, and they won't be so noisy. Therefore, we get the home advantage even more, I think, especially if Pompey fans are behind the Milton End as well.
Yeah, I think we should just extend the whole stadium except the Milton End and just take the roof off the Milton End.
That'd be a good idea. Funny enough, Gillingham have got that, haven't they, at their ground?
Yeah, funnily enough, and that's just another stadium that you hope never to see again, but we sure we will.
Exactly.
We will be next season, no doubt.
Oh,
and Oxford with their half-finished stadium, but yeah.
Yes, yeah.
We went there last time we went to Oxford a few times, didn't we? But the last time we were there, a lot of Pompey fans were singing, "You forgot to build a stand."
Yeah.
And the amount of times, but we've seen I've been to places like Luton a couple of times, and they're in the Championship and they're doing okay, and you go through someone's lounge to get to the away end. So it's it's just
honestly, you do.
And then gents, keep doing what you're doing, because this is helping Pompey fans get through every Saturday, promise you.
And it's great of you to keep on coming back to join us as well, and we will definitely have you on for Doncaster, and then obviously Sunderland's a big one too, isn't it? So
it's going to be a grim weekend.
If we can win those two convincing, not just win them, but play better football and win those two games, I feel a bit more confident. But
if we win those two games, I will sit here at 5:43 next Saturday and I'll tell you we're going to go up automatically. All right, that will convince me.
Right, and I'll tell you what, I'll agree with that. But what I would say is, if we did that, I would have to bow down to and give Jacket a bit of credit, because you'd have to win those two games. But
yeah, of course you would.
I actually don't think we will. And I think we'll probably lose both of them. It might beat Sunderland, might draw, but we'll certainly lose the other one. And I think that will be the telling signs that we should actually not get into the playoffs then.
Agree. If we win both of those, I'll say we'll go up top 2. If we lose both of those, I'll say we could finish 7th or 8th.
Pivotal.
Interesting enough.
Alex, thank you very much, mate. Great to talk to you, and we will speak to you on Tuesday night. Go and have a drink and enjoy your Saturday night.
And you guys have a good Saturday. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
That was Alex. He's very kindly joined us, and that is it from us. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Andrew, once again, before we hit the promos, mate, you have the final closing thought from us this afternoon, or this evening now, as it's now nearly 6 o'clock and we've been live for 3.5 hours. So
last two words, Tom.
You haven't got long.
Not enjoyable, not promotion winning, and very disappointing. But it does mean that we get Jacket not next season, perhaps.
And that would be a good thing for you, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what's still to come right here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. And I don't want to do this because there's some scary fixtures in the lineup now, but let's take a quick look before we leave you. Right then, Tuesday night, Caesars played Doncaster Rovers at, in South Yorkshire. I was about to say at Fratton Park, but it's in South Yorkshire. It'll be the next trip for away from home for Pompey will be Northampton. Join us from 2:15 on Saturday. Then it's the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, Tuesday, 9th of March. Join us, all our guests, myself and Andrew, from 6:30. Kickoff is at 7:45, so plenty of build-up for that one. It's also available on Sky Sports Football 2, but the only place to watch it is live with us here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Followed by a trip to this place, Wembley Stadium, basking in the late afternoon February sunshine. Saturday, the 13th of March. Join us for all our build-up an hour before kickoff at 2 o'clock. That one's followed by two very, very pivotal games in League One now. Peterborough United are the following team for us. We will play them away from home Tuesday, the 16th of March at 6 o'clock. Then join myself and Alex Griffin from 1:45. We've got an hour and 15 minutes of build-up before the kickoff at 3. Portsmouth versus Ipswich Town, Saturday, the 20th of March. But having said that, that is it from us for the time being. One mistake proved pivotal, and it is a pivotal couple of weeks that we're with. Sums up the afternoon, doesn't it? It's a pivotal couple of weeks that we're looking forward to here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Keep the faith.
Play at Pompey.
Play at Pompey. Have a good night from us. Bye-bye.